Their behavior, the way they talk, what they publish, portray me in every paper I'm a target. They know the reason. They know their reason, but they will never succeed. They will never succeed. No matter what the reasons are. The only political reason I may think of could be I'm from a vote-rich country. The people love me dearly. When I turned to Madam Salih, she won. She beat our political adversary, our opponent. When I turned to Mr. Weir, he won. He beat others. When I turned to Mr. Walker, he won. So this great man who is so wonderfully made and was sent to Nimba as a gift to the people of Nimba. People love him, and Nimba defends him all the time. They speak in favor of him. This man must be gotten rid of. Especially those who prepare for 2029 will not want to see me around, but I will be around. And those who wish me dead, I will tell you, don't wish anyone dead to die. Because I will want you to live so that you can see how God prepared a table before me in your presence.
So you gave this support to these people. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, you gave your support to her. She saw it. People will say, okay, particularly she too, she was part of the war, so it's possible that she would not encourage war the economic crimes code. Which of course you alluded to that she did not encourage it. Okay, let's come Weir. Weir is nobody who's visibly may have been known to have participated. He said no to war the economic crimes code. Do you expect also that Bwaka, who benefited from your level of support that you always had, your vote-rich county, like you said, people watch hunting you already, do you expect that Bwaka will protect you in the wake of all of this, especially in these states?
I don't need any protection for any man if I'm a criminal. If the amnesty law was not available, we all go to the court. But there's an amnesty law that Mr. Weir did not take part in, that Madam Salih was not part of, Omen Bwaka was not part of. This is something that was passed by the legislature. It's not a legislature today, because government's continuity. Though it was passed in 97, but it was passed through legal means. It was printed to him bills. So why would Madam Salih...
You mean 1997?
Yeah, I guess 97.
During Taylor time?
The 55, but Taylor was duly elected, democratically elected.
Yeah, but all those people who pass on that, you know, the country now returned to a failed state, and then the entire world declared Liberia as an unconstitutional state, and everything else went back to almost where. So until we started in 2005, when people decided to recognize whatever happened. So that's what I'm asking this question. Now, why you hear me stretching on Taylor?
Every democratic election took place in this country within the framework of our constitution.
Okay.
So you want to declare it non-event? That everything that Taylor did was wrong? No. Liberia got no case on Mr. Taylor. It's going to jail to do with civilian involvement. So, I mean, I don't understand. That was a legal document. It's legal. He was elected as anybody in this country. Or because he's in jail for civilian issue. So, because they claim criminal for being involved in civilian. So, everything that happened under the regime through the legislation is got to be counted. So all the loans that were obtained, they now be counted.
Senator, currently as we speak, there are a lot of things that you people haven't really started with. This thing is almost like distracting everyone else. War crimes code. We have several issues that the arrest came to really settle, and we are
That's
yet
all right.
to
I agree with you.
Yeah, so
I agree with you, Ebi. I know where you're going.
Yeah.
That is why, you know, when I watched the video, Mr. Allen Ware asked, exactly why did you invite me here?
Okay.
So it means that Omen Bwaka, my big brother, my president, our leader, invited the man. Okay? Invited the man. But why would you invite the man when you got a wonderful agenda, arrest, wonderful platform that we used to convene Liberian people, to make the difference in this country, to bring development. The same thing inauguration day, then the platform to the world, let the international people that were there hear what you have to say you will do for the country. So if there is any help to come, will come. But when you start to, when things begin to go like this, listening or inviting these people, like Allen White, people know them already, you got to invite them, Allen White, who put Liberia in jail, in foreign countries, suffer them, could not prove the case against them. Those who are free now today. When you listen to them, and the North part in the country that we're talking right now. As I speak to you, former combatants, their commanders and all those who are living, they are holding consultation. They are thinking also they want to arrest our leader, also they want to arrest us. We can't say that they can't unknown to our but so consultations are going on.
What do you mean now as we speak, consultations are going on?
Yeah, when this thing started, the video went wild and wildfire. The video went wild and wildfire. And they said, oh, we gave Mr. Boyka the higher vote in this country. Lima Carter stood firm and stood on ground. When Lothar did not deliver, when Bon Carter went to Mr. Weir, and we delivered, so the pay is to arrest our people, and we tell them, no, that's not it. You hold your patient. They are holding consultation and that's it. We evil are. And thank God for electronic media, print media. Everything that happened, they hear it. They are reading. When you hear this thing happening, noise all over the place, the killing in Kinshasa, no protection of the citizens, leading to destruction of the company property. What you expect to do? You expect these people to come invest here? Even in a country with unstable electricity? Electricity is security, no security here. Then you want to prosecute people, you invite other people coming here. Why don't you go to Israel, even though the Palestinians did wrong by invading southern Israel, bring a festival to go and kill people, but they attack the damages, they are very unprecedented. Why you can't go there? The RCC invaded Israel. The international community says they are there to protect themselves. They have the right. Then you come here to Liberia, a poor country. You got $200 million. We got zobos in the street. We got no public library in our schools. All our schools, our country, government schools, public schools are dilapidated. You don't want to help, but you want to prosecute people. And they can lie. Because although they are arrested in foreign countries, they cannot afford what expenses they pay, but going to higher court in that country, they could not prove the cases against those people. So they free them. And the kind of people who could not win outside the world got to do it.
So, is it really possible? Like you said, the ex-fighters, they are all having consultations. Is it possible?
I have no reason, AB, to lie. I'm not saying they are plotting evil.
No, they're not plotting evil.
They are listening to everything and they're holding consultations. And someone they call, I mean, what's going on? I say, yo, hold on, nothing going on. Because the House of Senate is a House of Elders.
Okay.
The House of Representatives now, you know that even they are watchful, they are brilliant, they are lawyers. This man who is the speaker is a lawyer, international lawyer. And you know about this law I'm talking about.
Yeah, but Instrument has already passed on his gavel. I don't want you to give me any credit currently as we speak, because that's fine.
It doesn't matter, you know why?
No.
When you have a legal instrument, an act that will pass into law, granting general amnesty, then you leave that untouched because when resolution, not a law, they will send to the Senate, and definitely we will hold referendum.
We will hold referendum. The Senate will hold referendum.
The House of Reps know the truth that resolution is not a law. It is not a law. The President, Commander-in-Chief, will not sign a hand bill based upon resolution.
That I know. But they have sent it to the Senate for concurrence.
He has to beat a bill, and to have a bill on the floor for the establishment of what the Academic Crime Code, you have to repeal the one that already been there ever since. Okay. And when you repeal those ones, it will not be retroactive.
So let's agree.
Now the two lawmakers can sit down here to decide a national security issue, an issue that has to do with the very life of the people you represent. You can't sit in a room and decide. You got to go to the people and do the referendum. Okay. There was a referendum at TRC. It is not counted, it is found restorative justice. 50% say they want retributive. Mm-hmm. And because majority said no to war crime, so they extracted that referendum result from the voluminous report of the TRC and kept it somewhere. But we got them now because the commissioner who descended for him, they wrote their opinion to the President, Commander-in-Chief, and to the legislature. And there's both parties. Unlisted means that were not agreed upon, no evidence, because you saw what doesn't mean you clean up. But they did that. That was Washington, that was John Stewart, that was Vodia himself. Then after he made a report that is dubious, that is questionable, that is subject to legal school organization, then he ran away, went to America, and joined NGO, human rights group, to force Liberian government to implement his own the work he did that is questionable. I mean the people on the screen by lawyers. Is it kind of fake?
So with the consultation, is it possible that these guys, do you think if things will continue to push as it is pushing, these guys' consultation could lead them to hiring their own lawyers and say, look, all of us is coming after all of us?
That's correct. In due course, in the not too far distant future, I will watch the situation. There may be as many thousands that will be invited somewhere in this country to raise money, even $2 per person, will raise the money, maybe we're targeting $2 million. Or 1.5 million to hire a lawyer. Whether they will use it for the lawyer or use it to buy the full imprisonment, well, that one they will decide.
Whether they will use the money for lawyer or buy their full imprisonment, which one?
Yes, they will decide.
But you said the time they make most money for lawyer so that they will represent the defendant in court. It's not about full imprisonment.
Well, that's it. Because you know some lawyers can eat your money and fool you.
Okay.
Some lawyers can cross carpet to fool you.
Okay.
So they can decide, okay, we are cutting our money, and they have the right to solicit funding for other groups around Africa, nearby, wherever, raise the money. And they say, okay, we got enough money, then we'll give it to our wives, our children to be feeding us in jail.
Wow. So that means you people are planning fallback positions and so forth here and there. But Senator, did you really see this?
Fallback for any individual who is smart.
And you're one of the smartest person. Actually, I must give you that credit. Did you ever see this coming on, Joseph Walker? The way you supported him and everything. Did you ever expect him, even the state with Allen, want to discuss issues related to this?
Ephesians 6, it says, whatsoever good one does, it is God who pays.
Okay.
You don't look up to the man you help as a vessel of God. You help somebody, the honor man, themselves, the honor man in you. No, I don't think he's doing anything wrong. It's his way of administering the affairs of state. Living living that which was given to us, like a rest. He has left that now and dealing with Wakeup Call advocate. What I think is important right now, establish economic grant code for the future, for now and tomorrow. So people can stop stealing. But the war economic grant in the past that have been granted amnesty, you leave that one. That's my suggestion.
Okay. That would be our advice to him.
My advice to them, to the legislature, to whoever, is come up with a bill for economic grant code for now and tomorrow, so that people can stop stealing, to prevent people from stealing, because if they do, there will be penalty measures.
Okay.
But the one that already passed, and the people are living under amnesty, and they have enjoyed 23 years of amnesty, and Liberians have enjoyed 23 years of peace. You can drive to any country, mean that no trouble on you. You want to repeal that? Are you a fool?
Wow, they can be, and that I think they will have to consider hardly. But before I take leave of you, Senator, thanks so much for the time tonight. Now, I still want to go to the point of saying these things are distractions. Are you following the activities? Because currently, as we speak, the government had not been formed. And President George, we are talking about 100 days deliverable. Let me say, President Walker talks about 100 days deliverables. You people needed to work on issues seeing to it that no cars hitching here and there. The radio season is catching on. There are a lot of things happening in government. People appointing people and people trying to withdraw names here and there. The government itself has not taken the kind of phase it ought to take. And in the wake of all of this, we hear about the World Economic Crimes Court. Are you worried that the government had not really taken shape yet in a way that you people will start working on the rescue mission?
Truly, AB and all listeners, I'm not worried about whatever they are doing concerning the so-called Wakeup Call. It will never be here. It will never be here. I'm worried about the blunders we start to make so early. How dare we appoint a police director or RG before the minister just? How? The thing that happened in King George should not have happened. They are taking the appropriate action.
Okay.
We should have put into place the labor minister, into place the justice minister, the investment commission chairperson, all those entities responsible for this kind of thing that happened in King George. They would have gone to hear the people's plight and resolve it before it went on ahead. There was nobody. We got inaugurated and not even prepared to form government. You appoint, you nominate, you withdraw. You nominate, you withdraw. Are we prepared, really? I think we are, but we're taking some wrong steps. Take, for example, we call ourselves rescue missionaries, rescue team, on a rescue tree, or in a rescue tree. But we look at each other with this follow. We didn't value each other. No respect because we are reached where we wanted to reach. Senator Prince Johnson was very pivotal, very instrument in bringing victory. By ensuring that his people stood by him. That's not what happened. They gave up petty job, we said, okay, no trouble, we will take. It's good to be in the dance. One of our strong person that are powerful indeed. They didn't get a job. I want to get Wakeup Call, Minister of Labor, looking at this young man, what he did in Nimba, how tough he is in doing campaign, he gets a position of Inspector General. That is a prerogative of the minister. The minister does that. That position is not a presidential nomination. But guess what? After the man was taken by Wakeup Call to be the Inspector General of the Labor Ministry, and the Nima people all know about it. He put on the internet, Facebook, everywhere, people dancing, his family happy. Somebody will be in the woman boycott camp when I told the people in the mansion, he wanted that job, he want that job by all means. If you don't get that job, you will commit suicide. That's the true living I'm telling you.
Wow.
So they gave him letter, though it's not a presidential nomination, but they gave him letter from the mansion to put fear in the Minister of Justice and the Minister of Labor. When the Minister of Labor saw, he said, but Mr. Darius Webe, I may help you, but the position which I gave it to you earlier is all on the Facebook. People in Nima are very happy and thanking Boyka. Even on Sunday, they thank Boyka for that nomination. They thank him so much. I pray for Boyka, I pray for everybody. But just today, they are removing from that position and giving letter to somebody from the mansion that because he said they don't give him that job, he will kill himself. Why don't you let them go and commit suicide and go here? Why are you scaring us?
You mean they replaced Darius K. Wiamu?
Yeah, they replaced Darius Wiamu.
And he was appointed by Councillor Cooper Cra.
He was appointed by Councillor Cooper Cra because that position is not a presidential nomination. So why did they replace him with somebody and give him presidential green letter? Why? What is happening? So our support for Mr. Boyka, he telling again the people of Nimba. Technically speaking, because that position, the boy was very happy. We all happy. His family happy. Nimba is happy. We pray for Boyka for using for thinking of this young man. You know, we are disturbed. Somebody can say, you don't give me the job, I will kill myself. Is that what you gave him letter? Oh God.
But that's a petty job. You are talking about ministerial positions. How come now you are speaking about inspector positions and things that? I mean, you are turning too low.
All the ministerial positions have been shared. All the bigger portion of the elephant have been shared among them. Oh, Nimba technically MDR. Let me say MDR. MDR was the one that went to Nimba as the Nimba party before we came out. There's only Cooper Cra. Women pay. It's from Nimba, but it's from UP. The Bush Road is from Nimba, but it's from UP. You see?
Wow.
So MDR got nothing on the minister job, one minister. The same job where they, former president where they, he gave us post office and said we're posting letter. Who posting letter now? It's the same thing. But we appreciate, we will not make noise. We know the owner, he worked 40 years. 79 years old. You know sometimes you get fatigue. So the brain can get fatigue too.
You said the brain what? The brain gets what?
They get tired.
Oh, the brain gets tired. You knew that brain was going to get tired anyway. You know exactly.
That's what happened to you, accept it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but the issue there is you had expected that indeed Jeremiah Koo would have been consulted along the way. Are you thinking that Jeremiah Koo is consulted in the wake of some of these things that are happening?
I'm not in the mansion. I'm not speaking much. I try to avoid him because they must do the executive where we do our legislative function. But from what I see, my analysis, my observation, my inside intelligence put to me that over the years, Nigerian leaders have not always respected the VP, honoring the VP, and consulting the VP. It started from Mr. Stephen Sawyer. He had Minister of State Arthur C. Guano. Yeah, he was using Minister of State Arthur C. Guano as a de facto vice president, leaving Peter Naga on the side. Madam Salito, Mr. Burger complained about being a race car put him in the garage. She had a reason. And maybe some of the things we see would be the reason why she didn't want to consult him. I don't know.
Wow.
Okay, and he took he got his own son near him. But previously, the person he wanted was Youngie, the rescue mother. But she could not rescue the Ghana. That's her. Okay?
But are you surprised? But are you aware that at the level of the strange things are happening? I don't know whether it's from my thinking, but maybe you yourself, you're very smart. The one thing I know about you, Representative, is that are you aware that there are times that names are published on the E-Mansion website and then the senators are announcing their own nominations, and we see all of that? People in the Senate also having a say in determining who becomes what, so forth. Even Dawah Taylor, Yogi Kanga Lawrence, and we saw recently Prince Moyi and other lawmakers went to NASCOP to carry letter there with the party chairman. All these things are happening. You think it's normal? Is it part of the kind of...
There are super senators among us.
Super senators?
They are super senators. They are so closely connected to the regime right now. But when they campaign time, they will not show a victory. They need also want to gather the same.
Declaration of Independence on July 26, 1847 was a revolutionary act of defiance. Back then, we dared to be sovereign. In fact, our very existence as Africa's first Black republic inspired a race benighted. Lest we forget, our Declaration of Defiance happened nearly a century before independence movements began in earnest across this very continent.
Wakeup Call brings you political, social, economical, developmental, environmental, agriculture, educative, health, and security information on Blaze Radio 90.7 FM from Monday to Friday at 3 a.m. to 6 a.m.
Mr. Speaker, let me say this: it's only your job that the budget is in order. Information denied as premature. Premature, right? The budget is authorized. Only your job. Your information is premature. Remember, next time you need to reduce yourself because it is only your job. Mr. Speaker, at this time you need to reduce yourself. Mr. Speaker, at this time you need to reduce yourself because it is only your job. The budget is assistance. We have it on the and the seat.
From the laws in the Constitution. Unfortunately, when we are today great after, the President in Africa, who show up to protect the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia, has persisted about the Constitution. He has been pervading and not pervading in the same schools of mass and deception. Soldiers in the body, students of the University of Liberia, sons and daughters of the dictated masses of the Liberian people, and make me to extend to you. He gave you a massive protocols. We stand to you, born revolutionary British from the indomitable revolutionary Bengals to the education party. Africa's most persistent, Africa's biggest hub of intelligence in the Republic of Liberia.
We don't need to be bringing money to the bar. But anybody that bring money to the bar, they don't need to eat up the money. They'll say, I paid for that food. They don't like here before. Yeah. So they bring the money and you eat it. And bring money that's stolen money. There's nothing you went hard for, you're just getting divided. You put the money for the bar. And money why you wipe up. Everyone should not be bribing people for vote. You should come and talk to your citizens, explain to them what you would like to do, and then ask them for the vote. If they can't bribe you, tomorrow you'll not see you. But the man you forget.
We cannot be living here depending on Indians and Chinese and Taiwanese to feed us, and then we want to control the price. It's not possible. So we have to get to the soil. We have to start teaching our children to diversify what we eat. You go to other countries around here, they don't worry about rice price because they eat cassava a lot. They eat it in a different way. They eat it with food, they eat it with bamboo, they eat it with different corn and different things they eat. But for us in Liberia, the culture that if you don't eat rice, I'm not eating. Because reconciliation is okay. Prosecution is foolishness. You know what? Why did they do TRC? Why did they do TRC after that South Africa? I was not in Ghana. They went to Ghana and the international community put before Liberia, Wakeup Call, and TRC. And they threw TRC. So why do you want TRC to metamorphose into Wakeup Call? You all have decided, made a conscious choice to step forward in these trying times to provide support for your different communities. It is an honor. Providing the service of protection means the world. And what you're doing today is a contribution towards the advancement and the development of this nation. And history will remember you very kindly.
We argue and counter-argue to find remedy in our society. Join your presenter, Ajise Bonyele, on Wake Up Call from Monday to Friday at 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. on Blaze Radio 90.7 FM for the information you can use as tools.
Indeed, let me say the very pleasant good morning and welcome to Blaze 90.7. This is the Blaze Communications Network, your premier and number one FM dial now in the city of Pinsville, yet Monrovia, Liberia. Let me say good morning and welcome. Today is the 16th of January, AD 2025. A wonderful time, a wonderful year, and of course, a year long anticipated. And indeed, we have transitioned to from 2024 to 2025 is a wonderful thing, and that which we have to give God the glory for. Let me say good morning and welcome to all of you listening this morning on this radio. This is Blaze 90.7, and of course, the program is Wake Up Call, and it serves you breakfast in bed, brings you reliable, factual information. This is the program that brings you education, entertainment as well. It brings you security, health, and religious matters. This is the issue that bring you the untold truth, and this is the program that unearth the happenings across Mama Liberia. Let me say good morning in a very wonderful way if you are there in Maryland County, Grand Gila County, Grand Bassa, Bonk, River Says, River G, Nimba, Maigibi, Lofa, Bapolu, Cape Mount, Bommy. I like to say good morning and wholeheartedly welcome to this Thursday's edition of the program, Wake Up Call. And of course, with the time 25 minutes up to the hour 4 o'clock, we at this juncture now introduce to you the security segment of the program where we have the team from the Community Watch Forum. They are here this morning. They will be giving you the security tip. As we always said, it is important that we all played a role in keeping our environment safe and free from crimes. Let us not have crime. Let us not make violators and perpetrators of crimes our friend. Let us report them to the state authority for proper law enforcement. So the game, my name is Archie. Say Bobby Yene. I'm your regular presenter of the program. And these days, I'm being co-hosted by the 001, Mr. Gibson Jeru, Yangwei. Limelo name, I pronounce it Yangwei Jeru. So he's gonna be here this morning on the show as well. Alongside Michaels, we have national issues to be discussed that we promised yesterday. We're gonna be looking at the budget outing, and right after the security tape, we're gonna bring you the recap of our talking point yesterday as well. So good morning. Invite someone to listen along and welcome to the program this morning. So again, let me say welcome. Welcome to the program. And welcome. It's wonderful to have you listen this morning. This is Wakeup Call on Blaze Radio 90.7. We broadcast from uh, the Boss Standing Point here in Rehab Community. My name is Archie. Say Bob Yene, and at this juncture, we now cross over to our studio B, where the guys from the Community Watch Forum, they are here to always provide you security tip. So it's good being here. Let me say welcome to the program, guys. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Archie.
So it's good again being here on this wonderful edition of the program. Today is Thursday, and the public listen to hear what you have for them. So just get started.
Okay. Good morning, good people in Radio Land. My name is Alexander Success King, the coordinator for District 6 Community Watch Forum of Liberia.
Okay, again, my name is Samuel Benji Thomas. I'm the vice chair for administration, community wide from Labrador, Mosorado County. And today we will be giving you some information concerning what we have been working on from yesterday up to this morning. And we visited police depots to share personal contact number. We know that the emergency number for security and other entities in Labrador remains 911, but still depots and police stations shared. They got a personal contact number, so we go there and we ask for the operational number, we ask for the commander number, we ask for other in key position numbers so that we can be able to, at any point in time, when we receive emergency calls, we can be able to relate directly to them where it's taking place and what is happening so that their person can be fair immediately. So we visited depots, we visited DA offices, we visited fire service offices, and we visited other entities that has to do with security matters in our country. And we also started working with our net patrol team because we want to, before coming on the show here, do some, we understand the show start by 3:30, so we can take from like 10 o'clock to visit the districts within Mosorado County to know major happenings, so that when we come on the show, we know directly things that are happening within our district that have to do with the safety of our people. So the key issues among the happenings for the day, we can be able to flag it out, and it also help us to have you know the coordinator numbers and the operational person within the district number from the community wide forum of Labrador angle, so that during the day, if you have any key alleged crime happenings, you can be able to call them directly. If you're in district number 4, district number 1, district number 2, district number 3, you can call directly the coordinator of that district and be able to share the happiness of your district with that person, and the person will be able to call directly whom be person responsible for such alleged crime. So we work on that already. Another thing, we visited
private security entities guard points. That means if, for example, within the rehab building, we observe that we have entities that have some private security guards assigned, we visit them and we introduce ourselves to them. We share contact with them. We say, okay, man, yeah, you are from Essecon, you are from maybe, or let's say, Blaze Security Entity. So we have on the community wide forum. We can share contact with you. So say we know that you're assigned to Real Junction here, and we have our corner in this district. We want you to have our contact. We take yours contact. So as soon as we receive call that there is an alleged rape issue and somebody is on the run within your control zone here, we will be able to call you directly and say, man, yeah, we have a community wide forum. We share contact with before, and we just got information that there is an alleged rape issue within your community, and the person is on the run. We can maybe describe the person per information we receive from the community people, and you can also help to start to share the information to your team across that zone, so that in that direction you can be able to fastly track down anybody or any person be perpetrator of such alleged crime. So these are systems we feel that when it is working, it can help us to at least minimize crime within the rural communities or our districts. And another thing, we look at the manpower training for the net patrol, because mind you, some guys join us with just passion. They have never served as security before in their whole life. They have no security knowledge. They may just admire our workings and he feel that he can be a part of us. So what we do, we say no, we can't just allow such person to just be a kind of person we send in the street. Like last night when we left on the show here, we met some of the guys we call Zogo and another I think member of them. The guy brought that to throw somewhere around the double dose. And we were trying to stop him and said, no, we just clean the place. And if you throw the deck here, the people who are here tomorrow will blame us, say we are the one throwing the deck. So you will get the deck back. So they were on the kind of, talk so until we appear on the scene. So we're able to get involved and right in the space of having that conversation. Our men appears on the scene and we're able to tell them, say, look, you tell this guy to take the deck back where he took it from. He's saying our lily give it to him, knock the lily door, and let you receive a debt from this guy, and let you be aware that where she told the man to carry the debt, or she shouldn't get debt to the man again. If a man who is not trained or the one who got involved into that, he will take it on another point, maybe by brutality. And, maybe he want to go into face fight with a man or take it by force, coloring him, and you don't take law into your hand in that direction. You are a security person, but equally so, everyone has right. Where your right ends and where somewhere right begins. So we think that training is a kind of key thing we have to get involved into. So we started already by contacting the DEA, the police, because often when we're training, we invite the DEA, we invite the police, we invite immigration, we invite fire service, so that they all can share their broad knowledge to our manpower. So that when you have fire issue, you know how to work with it. When you have a police related issue, you know how to do it. When you have drugs related issue, you know how to deal with it. Not because you're a community wide foreign personnel who serve as eye and ear to national or state security, and then you start to take laws or matters into your own hand. On the contrary, like something we call retributive justice under the criminal justice system. We know that we from that background, we know that our criminal justice system work with what we call the PCC, the Police Code and Correction. Once you don't follow that trend, you go on the contrary. That means all of the good things you plan or you intend to do, it go opposite. So training is a key thing that we're working on. And in doing that, we also appreciate the Blaze FM family, because it is through your effort we are getting involved into going beyond. Though we started it, we've been doing it, but through your effort and the opportunity given us here, we are going beyond. Another thing has to do with the crime reporting system. Many people have key issues on mind and they want to make us to be aware of it. They want to make the Blaze family aware of it. But how do you go about it? You are not a media practitioner. So how do you disseminate information? How do you know about how, where, and if you don't understand the fact that you're one age, you get lost in how you report a matter. There where you say, and the man's a rapist. But the man who go to journalism school or who understands the legal system will say alleged. You hear the journalist always say alleged. Even if he feel that he got all of the information or he saw it happening, you are on a scene, but you will still use the word alleged, because only a competent court or jurisdiction can refer to somebody as a rapist. not me, who is not a lawyer or judge. So we feel that we must train people who want to provide information to us. Now, if you open the call, the line, and you hear people provide information, there will be some error. But you can't blame them, you can't hold them responsible because they are not trained like you and myself. So we say, okay, we have our team, that is the community wide forum member, provide information directly. You see, you observe that since we started this show on the Blaze FM, you will say, but why your team, your members are not really flowing? Because we are training them to certain things, how to talk on the radio. Talking on the radio is different. Talking in court is different than just arguing face to face. Eh? If it is a call from the community calling, it's different. You as a media practitioner or a listener will know that that man is a community person providing information. But if the person is from the community wide front, that person must be trained as to how to provide information. So, Mr. Coordinator, I think you understand what I'm saying.
Definitely, definitely.
So we know what we found and what we do as compared to the man who is just in the community and saw something happening and you want to inform the Blaze family or inform the community wide front.
Sure.
So I think you can do a little addition to that.
Yeah. Thank you ever so much, my wonderful and powerful chair. Yeah, you see, to be frank, we don't really sleep when it comes to the security aspect. We don't really sleep. And even when we left from here yesterday morning, I received a call. And, like we said, people out there should be able to inform us, as to what is taking place in terms of crime, violence, and the rest of it. I received call from the Racket Bill from one of our sources. There's a new ghetto. Yeah, the Rock Hill community. I'm saying it loud and clear so that the DA can do a follow up. We did a follow up yesterday, and then we discussed ourselves, and then we saw the area. Those guys from the Copper Farm, between the Copper Farm and GSA Road, they decided to establish a ghetto in the Rock Hill community, in which I saw that area, So we are taking key note of that, and the ghetto has a lot of homes around it. So when it comes to raiding, the DA knows exactly what to do. So we are calling on the Labrador DA, the police, and then other security apparatus, so that they can be able to watch for the drugs in our community, because we are still receiving intelligence that those guys are mounting serious pressure on the people there, so that they can be able to build their ghetto, because they are getting small resistance from some other community dwellers. So that's one. Two, we I hope we are not taking all of
No,
the
no,
time.
no, just go
Okay. And yesterday there was an incident, but thank God that the child was not taken away. It was a car that called a little boy. He had a basket. He and his sisters, they were coming, but then he started to walk in front, according to them, because when they reached at the place where we can go and do our little training, I saw the car. So the car slowed down, and the two girls were behind, and the little boy, he was in front. And they went close to him, called him, he went to the car. So when I got outside, I saw him, I said, "You little boy, what are you doing? Move from the other car." So when I noticed the movement, I tried to interfere. I tried to move in. So the car drove, up to the Rock Hill. There's a school around the Rock Hill called Maryborough. So, and I called the little boy. They told him, according to the boy, they told him to enter the car. He shouldn't wait for his sister. So, but he did not get in the car because of the tension I went with. So it was how they drove. They went out, and they turned around with heavy speed and went. They took the complete route. So when we called him, we asked him, he explained. So we just want to admonish parents, when you give your child, or when you send the child, please, it should be somebody that at least older, that
Yeah,
will
it's
move.
of
Yes,
age
yeah, that
know
have the knowledge
the
and
knowledge
be
of
able to
something.
resist or say no, because these children are innocent. Sending them to go and buy things on the street, and it's very risky for them. If God was not God at that scene, and if God was not in control, who knows whether that little boy was going to, or something, he would have been taken away. So we want to urge parents to please uh, send somebody who will be able to, read between the lines, not to send underage children to go and buy things or send them to do it. So, but there are a lot of things that we're doing. My fast chair said, and we're still working on more things. Fast chair, we got more work to do.
Yeah, let me just shortly
Yeah, yeah, shortly say before
provide this
open the,
information.
open the lines.
We have observed that the program, no matter the time this program is being aired, but the guys we come to talk about here, they follow the show directly too. I'm keenly observing that because I visited one or two places, and then jokingly, some of them said, "Oh yes, we admire you on the program." But the thing about it is, you should be talking about the dealers, not just us, the consumers, and two of them actually informed me that they have actually decided to get out of the whole drugs thing, and they will even contribute by providing some key informations to us, even using the media. And if they are given the opportunity, they can come on the radio and discuss the harm involved, and discuss how people can get involved into it, how they got involved. And I told them we don't have much time on the radio, but however, and maybe we will try to discuss it with our partners. And if it is possible, maybe we can get ourselves out of the game for 1 or 2 days and get you on the platform so you can inform parents as to how the whole drugs thing is taking over this country. And,
And it's actually important because like we always said, the consumers are victims to this process.
Definitely.
The consumers, those we people think are all Zoko,
Yeah.
they are actually the victims. But how would they leave the process? That's why the community itself need to be involved
Sure.
in providing mental health education to them.
Right.
And see, we working on a stuff where we want a partnership with some of the rehabilitation centers actually, so that when we come across you, when your case is severe, we as Stiction can collaborate with the community so that you can leave the street, not just condemning the art, not just saying it, and we are not working towards it. So we all as a community need to help in this process. Actually, it's very serious. But let's get the phone lines. Let's get the phone lines open. So the community watch forum team listening, you can call on the usual number 0778 075616 0778 and our regular line 07779079007. Loose star number 887 We don't have much time, so just call and let us know. Let's get this person. Oh God, you left the line. Please call back. You left the line. I think it was a security personnel. So call us now. The lines are open for a few minutes. We don't have a luxury of time. 07779079077 778 075616 and 0887111107. Are the numbers to put you through. Call us. Besides what they say, beside the community watch forum, you community dwellers, if you have any troubling information, you also let us know about that, and we can be involved. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Morning. How are you?
I'm okay, and I'm Ibrahim with Aduju from GSL.
Okay. Well, go ahead. How is your community?
Okay. It's very kind.
Mm.
So let me begin by saying
Mm.
thanks to the coordinator and to everyone who trying to protect life and property, to beef up the manpower of the security, for each time as a person that you decide to get into the security sector, whether being police, AFL, and community watch member, remember that I can safely say that you are giving your life out. It is in danger, but by the grace of God, they will be protected and they will always try their possible best to protect life and property. So let me say thanks to all of the guys in the various districts and the community street corners who are ensuring safety for our people.
Okay.
while they are out there doing their normal activity. Let me say thanks to them.
Thank you so much.
Lastly, I will want to call on the officials of the watch team. Some bad apple can be among the good ones.
Okay.
There are times where some of the guys will see someone in the night and maybe thinking that the person has money, and then they will start to rob the person. Or sometimes when they see the girl or the boy in the night on the street, they will just arrest them and start torturing them. I think those guys who involved in the rural community or district should be raised and let them do it with professionalism. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Good recommendation. It is a very good recommendation. 0779079070887 and 778 075 616. A few minutes ago, so if you're listening, just call. Let us know how is your community. Uh, what are the emergency issues that you need us to get involved with, and we all can find remedy to that problem from the community, because it is our responsibility to also help and keep our community free from crime. So Blaze Radio, this is how we, as part of our uh, responsibility and contribution to the community, because we cannot be in District 6, we cannot be in Maserado, we cannot be in Morovia and not contributing. So this is, I term this as our social corporate responsibility to the environment, where we allow you to be informed about. So as well with the course, just in case somebody listening and they want to get to you, maybe after the show there are issues they want to get, how can they get to you?
Yes, so we have our office number that you can contact for any emergency or in any way you want to get to us, and I'm going to call the number from the office, and the coordinator will also call a number from the district level. So the office number is 077 55 481 80 for unreached. 077 55 481 80 Lone Star. 0881 733 100, which is 100. 0881 733 100. So coordinator, you can please call your.
Okay, and so my number is 077 0777 991377 for Orange. Again, 0777 991377. Lone Star 0888
Okay.
Yeah. So
So those are numbers they can get to you. So if you have any issue, besides calling on the show, you have issues in your community and you want the involvement of the community watch run team, you just call them directly. Uh, at times they will text me the number and I'll be reading them on the radio so that you can get to them. So just conclude today's segment.
okay. Once again, I would like to say many thanks to the Blaze FN family for the opportunity and making sure that we give out messages out there to our people. And I also want to thank our bosses, the chair for Monserrato, and the rest of the guys on the field, the community watch team, especially the B1 community on GSA Road, very much proactive. And of course, when we were coming, they escorted us. Always when we come in, they always with us, protecting us. And of course, we would like to also give thanks and appreciation to the community leaders who are working closely with us in making sure that the community remains safe for our people. Yeah.
Okay, so the caller that spoke about the issue of our guys' performance in the street or in their workings. This is the reason why we talk about training, and our guys up there are well professional when it comes to their details performance. Though I know everybody may not be 100%, but they are aware that we are ICE and police or law enforcement entities in Liberia. We do arrest and turn over to the reputable institutions responsible for whatever alleged crime. So, but in case you get around anything that have to do with violation against our functions, you can also contact us on the numbers that we call, because we know we are human. It happens all over the world, but we do all we can to at least minimize it.
Sure.
So on that note, we want to say thanks to the Blade Communication Network Incorporated for this opportunity, and we hope to continue it in order to minimize crime in Liberia.
So thank you guys. It was wonderful having you here.
Thank
Hope
you
to see you
once again.
tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Yo.
Does it make sense? You want ask yourself whether you go send. You see somebody in the street, you carry live there. I won't go live again. I can take my own phone and go live. Something gotta be wrong with you. You call yourself journalist.
Mr. Minister, can I please ask you a question?
You see how stupid it sound? You know how crazy that sound? Let me check my phone to get my web number.
I agree, sir.
I'm working with President Bwaka. His number in my phone. Somebody asked me for Bwaka number. Oh, let me check my phone to see the president number. Does it make sense?
Well, as for me, I'm not having my boss's number off head. It's in my phone. Before them,
I don't care about that. That's your life to live. That's your issue to worry. But when you come to me and you say you're working somewhere and you got your personal phone, it's more of a red flag on you. Like people that can be passing around lying on people. You lie on somebody's institution, and they won't call the person and say, "Oh, I don't have the person's phone." Of course, if I have police, you not even cross that place. And your labyrinth, you got problem. They wasn't coaching them when you're beating your. They wasn't coaching you when you can't hear yourself for you run behind. Build digs today. Who say you own Vision TV? Why they be in your mother? He parked car near Jefferson Koji fence. There's a fence. So I want to imagine you see Jefferson. In fact, you not even get a chance to even run to him because you working with more than 10 security persons. And that's what you're like. You create dictators. When you got leaders who want to be civilized and sensitive, you take advantage of them and disrespect them. Then you on the ground, now they're beating you. Or they not check you a chunky impact or they carry you to jail. Just so now you sit down, you understand why the boys were rough on y'all, because you can be so disrespectful and disingenuous. You would have never dare go near them because your parents will cry for you. They may not kill you. You'll be laying down the sub beat by now. They wasn't called you on Natana Magio, any other boss. They just come to the private place, you running behind them dressed like this.
And that's the main
you in jail.
That's the main reason in Liberian people protest.
It's not an issue. It's an issue that you guys have problem. You disrespect people all over the place. That's the issue. That's what the people voted in. Somebody being government official, the very American that are partying democracy for. You can see an American government official and the people just run behind them. You ever saw that before? Never. That's the biggest democracy on earth. But those are people who infiltrate people, very beautiful profession. You're there to damage it. Your bad representation among them, your bad apple among the good press people. That's all you people are. You don't know why you want. You pass all around the street, somebody go to the private places, you run it behind them for interview. If the entertainment player, why go sit down, drink one bottle of style, you run there and say you can't, information minister go live from China Mall because you want.
Callers and those who listen, let me address this private jet issue. My response may not go down well. As Darius Dillon, who campaigned against private jet, use of private jet against President Weah, I want to publicly apologize to President Weah. Why? Because we did not understand the constraints and the reasons and the justification for using private jet by the president of Liberia. We condemn it. Now, both say they don't pay to apologize. Lord, let me tell you, this country, they say when you run, but since it has not made sense yet, we thought to demonstrate our word into action by maintaining that we will take only $5,000 of our monthly money. Just as we are about to return to Monserrato what we have received from government, we would like to make it in a re-emphasized way that when we said what we said, we were clear on the record that we would take only $5,000 from Monserrato County. When we made the argument, it was a fact that senators were taking $15,325 in gross, and after tax deduction, they will come at $12,000. I insisted I would take $5,000 out of that $15,000 and return the rest to Monserrato County. And we insisted that whatever the money will be here, more than $5,000 will return the rest to Monserrato. So if we're making $15,000, we'll take $5,000 and give Monserrato $10,000. If they increase our money here, or we increase our money here to $100,000, Darius Dillon will take.
So even if we making 1 million, we will only take 5,000, and we will return the remaining 900,000, 900 plus thousand to the community. So we will be doing that, folks. This is your Senator Abraham Darius DeLong. I don't know if you want to give testimony of receiving his remaining money since he did the very first one. I don't know, but welcome. This is Wake Up Call. Uh, the CEO is here. Nyangwe is here. So CEO, welcome. Uh, your mic is muted. Your mic is muted.
I wasn't expecting that clip to come, but it came. That was a beautiful clip.
Okay,
Does Dara Dillon really mean to say that he will give the difference after taking 5,000? Is he doing it now?
that's the
Can
question.
we check? Can we check his account? I
Yeah,
wish
yeah.
to look at Dara Dillon account and see he entered the Senate with $3 US left in his account, according to him. $3. Does Dara Dillon still have $3 in his account? No, but how much is there now? Because 5,000, we multiply that by the months that he been there, and we take out his full money. We take out his gas money. No, maybe he get gas from government. Take out all the nyama nyama he's supposed to get. We will say he get $2,000 left, and the
Okay,
$2,000 will multiply by all the months. I don't think we can get quite $50,000 in
no
Dara
way,
Dillon.
no way.
Can we see less than 50,000 or 50,000 in his account today? No, that's not possible. But that's what Dara Dillon was saying. Tell the people what you want to tell them, but what that's what they want to hear. You know, poison their mind with rhetorics and propaganda and survive on the backs of the people. That's what Dara Dillon does. And people don't care. Some people don't care. You know, it's very interesting. Very interesting indeed.
So this was played just to remind you of what we discussed yesterday. Uh,
Yes.
Yesterday, DeLong was apologizing for I don't know how should I term it, for wrongly
Yeah.
criticizing for wrongly criticizing
Criticizing Georgia for using private jets.
private jet. Yeah, and so he's recommending to government that, oh yeah, it's important that government buy her own private jet. Yeah, but
But I think that they don't need to go further than that. Just
mm,
to just say I apologize.
mhm, yeah.
He needs to go further than that. If it's possible for him to visit George Weah and say, "My man, I came to say sorry to
If he's sincere, if he's really sincere of what he's saying, that's the problem.
if he actually sincere."
Hmm.
No, it's so bad. Actually, when I come every day, I criticize you. Actually, wear glasses. No, I don't like glasses. Actually, wear glasses. I don't like glasses. Glasses are not good. 2 days later, I actually see glasses in my eye. Hey, man, you criticize me for one whole year, 2 years. That glasses were not good. Now here you are wearing glasses, and so I will not criticize you with glasses. I get my own glasses right here. I will not be here to dollar the law.
Okay. So well, folks,
Blaze Radio. That's what we do here, my brother.
yeah,
That's what
yeah,
we
we're here.
do.
Many people were complaining yesterday. Oh, because when we're talking, we can't get time to call the station. He said, "Oh, I don't know which station is there. I really want to know the station is, so I'll just call you."
Ah, I see. Yeah, I think we need to get a jingle that will
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
playing.
Hmm.
Maybe in the middle of the
The
time, we
show, yeah,
just call people to play the jingle for them to know.
we'll work
Because
on
don't
that.
forget, the conversation can carry us. We can be enjoying
So
ourselves.
yeah, so hopefully Monday we'll do that or work on the jingle, a little
Yeah,
30
we got some
seconds.
jingles in there. We got some
Yeah.
jingles in that computer there.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah,
but that
so
one's for that one
mhm.
for radio, unless you
Already-
play it from the audio.
yeah, that's for the radio. So we will work on a one directly for the show. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
So this morning, Michael is expected he will soon join us. there are a lot we will be talking about. But our main point of focus, like we said yesterday, is the budget outing. I don't know. Like the reason we are the original signed copy of the budget for the report, because that should be enshrined in the signed budget. Yeah, so it's now officially out yet. For any other reason, the
No,
Ministry of
it's not.
Finance,
It's not out yet.
yeah, the Ministry of Finance doesn't want to. But from our sources, from what we have gathered, Michael jotted down a point here. Though I will actually I will send that.
Yeah, let me see that too. Because what
Yeah.
what the government doesn't want to do is that the people, the majority bloc,
Mm-hmm.
they did 5G
Mm-hmm.
5G approval of the budget, scrutiny of the budget. So definitely they did not. So they added additional money to themselves. They put more money on themselves, spending money.
Mm-hmm.
And so uh it is look, this is when somebody told me the other day that our major problem in Liberia comes from the House of Representatives and the Senate, comes from the legislature. Sometimes I don't tend to believe them, but I think I begin to believe them. Because it
So.
looks like these people are just for themselves. I, me, and myself. They don't care about the rest of the people, actually.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. They
So
don't
let me
care about the rest of the people. They don't care who is hungry. They don't care what it looks like. Instead of them giving money to institutions and areas that will impact the lives of the people, they are giving themselves money.
So please check your phone. As I use the computer number, the station number to send it from the computer. Just check your phone.
Oh, okay. All right. I will. Straight to
Your
my
WhatsApp. Your WhatsApp.
okay, it ain't come yet. It will come.
Yeah. So
Which is the computer number, right?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, I see it. I see it.
Yeah. So that is the point. Michael just broke that down. He did an analysis of stuff that we should look at, and it is all about the budget. And I sent you what Martin Colley wrote. You saw that too.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah. So that's because Martin also broke down. Let me see. He also broke down the spendings. Okay, and he asked a question here. Is this the change that Liberian really wanted? Is it the change that Liberians really voted for? So the reason for me, I actually took that serious is that Mighty is one of those who supported this government very hugely.
Hmm.
He supported this government hugely. He wrote a very long piece here. Let me see how I can forward this communication. Let me see how I can forward this to myself. Okay. So, and it's worth talking about. And on the side attraction, I sent you a communication from the president. They suspended the NEC boss, Deviata Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was suspended. And the Ministry of Justice also wrote a press release that which I want you to read. I'm about to place it here. I want you to read that for us concerning the issue in Kinjo. You can remember the incident in Kinjo.
Yeah, thinking joy. Yes.
Yeah, so the release is about that. But let me see how I can bring that on the screen. So these
Whatever
things.
you can send my way, send it my way. We will talk about them. Anything that you get, send it my way. I see the other one.
Yeah,
Um.
is that the Ministry of Justice on, right? The Ministry of Justice.
This one is the Martin Cody one. So
Check. Oh,
the Ministry of
check
Justice
my
one.
personal. Check my number. My number.
Yeah. Okay. I got you.
Check my number. Okay. So this is from, let's look at the Ministry of Justice first.
Yeah, I see that.
hmm Okay. So let me just place it on the screen.
Well, yeah. Go ahead and do that. I will read it from here as well.
hmm So this is what they wrote. And
So the Ministry of Justice of Republic of Liberia wrote this one. It says Surveillance Complaint Review Board submits findings on King George shooting incident to Justice Minister Councillor N. Oswald Twe. And it reads the Surveillance Complaint Review Board, CCRB, tasked with the responsibility to investigate the King George shooting incident in Grand Cape Mount County, which occurred in February 2024, leaving 3 dead and several wounded on Tuesday, January 14, 2024, submitted its findings to Justice Minister and Attorney General Councillor N. Oswa Twe, the chairman of the board and outgoing president of the Liberian National Bar Association, Councillor D. Sylvester Rennie, provided a summary of the findings, which included the inception of the investigation, site visits, interviews with law enforcement officers, citizens of King Jaw, victims, families, and key stakeholders involved in the incident, as well as its recommendations. Additionally, Councillor Renning implored the Justice Minister, Councillor N. Oswatue, to advocate for the Civilian Complaint Review Board to be captured in the national budget to enable the provision of adequate resources to speedily investigate cases. Moreover, the outgoing president thanked the Attorney General of Liberia for the opportunity afforded him to serve as chairman of the board. In response, Justice Minister Councillor N. Oswatoe praised the officials of the board for the diligent and meticulous efforts exerted during the investigation and assured them that the findings and the recommendations of the board will be fully implemented to uphold the rule of law and hold accountable those who bear the greatest responsibility. He also noted that the need for budgetary allocation to the Civilian Complaint Review Board could not be overly emphasized because the workings of the board remain cardinal to the government and its citizens. The Attorney General of Liberia then used the occasion to applaud the outgoing president of the Liberian National Bar Association, Councillor Rennie, for the indelible marks left at the Liberian National Bar Association and that his achievements will be remembered by current and future generation of lawyers. The findings of the Civilian Complaint Review Board will be published at a subsequent time for the information of the public. This one was signed by Jotunu Wakoli Senior, that's the Director of Press and Public Affairs. I got serious problem with this.
Okay, so let hear your problem because let welcome
I got
Michael.
serious problem. First of
Michael,
all,
welcome.
I got ish. Michael is here already.
Yeah.
Oh, my man, can we go? My man, the real man here, can we go? The real man here. How you doing? My man, you here now, can we go? The thing is, Michael and Archie,
Mhm.
when the first of all, the public relation officer, I don't know, he can be my kind of public relation officer that I detect what goes out. And when you're young, sometimes
Mhm.
you're afraid of your minister and stuff like that. But wherever I serve as public relation officer, I dictate what goes out
The
depending on my understanding of the media. So I would have told the minister we need to give the major recommendation, the snippet of the major recommendation in the release.
sometimes some of the contributing factors too is that in our country, one, where there is no availability of jobs. Two,
Yeah. You are
so
succeeding.
so you feel that if you get your
Yeah.
little job, you want to be harsh, or
Yeah,
maybe
you just
bring it
sitting
on.
there.
Yeah,
Don't do anything.
the
Don't
boss
shake
will think that.
anything.
So if you feel that, maybe you want to tell him what to do or coach him on what to be done, and that is not favoring him, he sees that to be undermining or maybe not in his interest. So because of that, people are afraid. So it's about the man. You say, let me read the one he say, so that's some of the factors.
And
Because
that's the reason that we have poor communication. Look,
mhm,
Samuel Kofi, when you were appointed as labor minister, when you were appointed as labor minister, he called me. He's a very good friend of mine. And he said, "Man, I want you to be my media director at the labor ministry." I said, "Oh, that's a very beautiful job." I said, "Is it going to be a director position, assistant minister position?" He said, "Well, and we'll lift it to the assistant minister, then we'll wait for the legislature to approve it, and then the president will be the one appointing, and there'll be that delay. So it's at the director level." I said, "Okay, that's fine." And he said, "So when you think you'll be able to start?" I said, "Oh, wait a minute. Before I start, I got three requests. One, I will be present at every senior staff meeting. I'm not going to remain in my office. You have your senior staff meeting, and then you come and brief me to write what you want me to write. I want to be present to form an opinion, to know what we discuss, and be able to communicate it better. Number two, I would need a vehicle. I'm not going to be running from one media institution to another sweating. I want a vehicle that that I will be able to drive to places when I'm taking my press release or press statement. Number three, no press release leave this ministry without my signature. I don't care how emergency it is. I want to be informed either by phone, by text message, by any means. It will be read to me, and I know what is going out. Well, the man was too much for him. Well, he couldn't call me back, and he took one guy. And the exact things I was telling him about, that's what happened to the guy. He would come to our office sweating, scooping the sweat from his face. And as I begin, that place is suffering that they wanted me to go there. I said my condition, they refused, and that's exactly what you are suffering. That is true. I was here, but I was not suffering for job. I knew where I was. I was already a news editor, so I wasn't suffering for job. Um, People are afraid of their bosses,
mhm,
and actually, this is my style of leadership already.
mhm,
You know my style.
mhm.
I tried Archie to change that trajectory,
Oh yeah.
where you are the boss and everybody
Everybody
must be afraid of you.
Fred. Soon as see you, everybody
They
trim
see everybody treat me. Archie, how can you give me valuable information if you are afraid to talk to me? Somebody saved my life before, just be down to earth. Down to earth. The person came to me, he wanted to talk to me. And I said, and I said, my man, I said, I beg you. That are you she want to talk to. And I mean, she want to talk, man, we went on the side. And she said, you got to leave the town tonight. And I didn't believe it until my how you call it, SSU girlfriend.
Mhm.
Can you imagine how brave I was to go get girlfriend and more SSU? My wife is watching, so
Uh-huh.
she's aware of all of these stories. And she called me. She said, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm home." She said, "Leave now. Do anything to get to Ganta and across the border before tomorrow morning, because tonight they will come for you." And I left, got in my car, got to Ganta, got to the border, and my driver, he late now. One man guy, he said,
Mm.
I said, carry the car back to Monrovia. And I went to Africa, that I escaped. So sometimes you are very easy to talk to. It makes it easy for you. As a minister, before your press release go out, call the media man in your office, say, look, this is what I want for us to put out. What do you think? You are the media man. Because you know what to feed the public with.
Mhm.
If I were him, I would have told the minister, you know what? There are 5 recommendations in there.
Okay.
One of the major recommendations is that 3 police officers should be dismissed for their acts. So we should include it and say, among other recommendations, the board had recommended the dismissal of at least 3 police officers. Details will follow later. If you do that, everybody will be waiting for that result to come. But they're not interested in publishing that result. You will never see that report. And actually, maybe we can bet. I
Mhm.
can bet $5. You bet $10. You
Mhm.
know, if you win me, I give you $5. If I win, you give me $10. That report will not come out.
Mhm.
They are just telling the public
You will never see that report. The recommendations in that report, they will be reluctant to implement it, and it will be swept under the carpet. And this is the last time we're probably hearing about it.
Okay.
Because I studied these people since 1988 when I wrote my first story. From that time, being a journalist for 37 years now, I've been used to the government minister. I've been used to the government people. They will tell you one thing and they do completely different thing. King John, where police people went there and shot and people got killed. Three people got killed. It is not an easy something.
Mm-hmm.
People houses got burned. The police depot got burned. And look at from January, from February last year,
Up to now.
from February, they what kind of report they committee were making? Who all they were talking to? What was it? What was difficult? Michael, I want you to tell me from February last year to January 15, who are they talking to that they don't have access to, for which this report must take on 11 months and 15 days. 11 months and 15 days before they can tell us that the report is out. I
Yeah,
mean, just imagine. That's what caused the unseriousness of the people to deal with the issue that affect the people. As a minister, you should fast track that report, fast track the investigation. Get them 3 months. I get a 3 month maximum. I need a report in 3 months. They bring the report in 3 months. You're not satisfied. Go back. This place you're not tired. The place good. You ain't tired. The other place you ain't tired. I want you to go back and find the answer for this place in the next 2 weeks, and then the report is out. How can you get somebody commission to investigation in February last year?
And
11 months and 15 days before they can bring a report to you. They're already compromised. I'll let you
so
pause.
yeah, let's get Marcus' view before we go to the next issue. Marcus, what is your view on the release? I think I sent it to you, right?
yeah. So good morning, CEO. Good morning to
Yes, sir.
every Liberian in Radio Land. It's a pleasure being on the platform this morning. Yeah. So to this issue, this is something that may not change anytime soon because for the fact that we have a partisan Attorney General,
Yeah.
these sort of things we should expect it to persist because every case will always be approached from a preconceived concept. You always be fighting to defend the government and not the people of the country. So if it was something that kind of involved some government official from the Unity Party side, but now it would have been investigated as fast as possible. But because it is about the common people, some of whom they perceived to be opposition actors, they do not care to intervene at all. And this is a problem. That's why even Congress, when any attorney general is appointed in America, people are concerned about his affiliation, his political affiliation, and how
Yeah.
objective he will be as an actor. You can have somebody in that sort of critical position who only cares about defending the position of a political party, defending the position of a defending political interest of the government. I
Yeah, over
mean,
the interest of the citizen.
over the interest of the citizen is a disaster. Musa Dean, if he were to if we were to compare him with this current justice minister, I think Musa Dean has a far better rating because a lot of times Sidishan complain on Musa Dean of being an opposition minister. And that's how you want people to perceive the justice minister to be. Someone who the partisan of the Unity Party will say, but they men are opposition men. The men try defending opposition. That's how you want it to be because you want a country that the rule of law will be respected to the core. You want people to see objectivity in anything that pertains the law because the rule of law is what gives legitimacy to any administration. The CEO is saying, imagine since February of last year, what a technicality in that process of going to that B Mountain area. And the thing that people even raised were legitimate issues. Every mining company that comes there is an MDA, and it's between they and the government. Terms and conditions that they're supposed to adhere to. If they're not adhering to the terms and conditions, the people are protesting, democratically expressing themselves. It is something that should call for the attention of the government. But the only thing I think Gregory is good at over the period of time has been to instruct his police people to go and use excessive force against peaceful protesters. And this is undermining our democracy, and it is threatening our fragile peace we've worked for over the last almost 20 years since the war ended.
Okay.
People will be in a position that you think you can intimidate them to an extent, but I when they understand that they do not have confidence in you anymore and they will have to defend themselves, then the legitimacy of the government comes under question because at some point, one of the core, like I said the other day, one of the core features of any democracy is a monopoly on the excessive monopoly of legitimacy on the excessive use of force. The force becomes legitimate when those that you are using the force on agree to be for the force to be used on them. That's a feature of democracy. If the citizens feel like, oh, these people, we can't trust them, so we can't allow them to use force on us anymore, then democracy is undermined. They will start to resist you. And when they start to resist you, then the country becomes chaotic. All this while, what are we defending? If the government is not defending the people, who else? Did they come to rescue themselves or did they come to rescue the common people of the country? Who is the government about? Who are those paying them? It is the common people taxes. People are saying some people will argue. I
Hmm.
hope I'm not over talking. Some people
No,
will
no,
argue. Some of the people are doing some of these things. They're not paying tax. No, the communities those people are in, the money companies that are in the country that are supposed to be paying most of the monies, they are in those people communities. They are extracting from things that people are supposed to be benefiting from. So every Liberian pays a tax or taxes directly or indirectly. Like the
and
road,
and
the
Michael,
money
to
they
just come
pay.
in, one thing I think my colleague, my editor was talking about yesterday. Alex talking about I think early BMI team, the BMI team, yeah. The guys are even producing their own mineral water now instead of uh, prioritizing Liberian business. They are producing their own water to drink in the area.
And it's a serious thing. CEO, do you know that most of these mining companies, what they do is that they are here and they are not living up to the terms, but they pay most of the media entities to not talk about their things
That
they do.
that's the problem.
I can show you Aslo Meta has paid most of the major media entities they
Everything
would
you see
not talk
about
about
them is just
Aslo
about
Meta.
promotion. Everything you see about them is
So
promotion.
only be about
Absolutely.
promotion.
Absolutely.
The only entity that will credit as long as that, I think that delay observer because delay observer too is higher by HPS. So I won't copy people. So that's how it is looking. So all the media entities in the country, most of the major actors, when they know that you are vibrant in the field, they come to negotiate with you. That you should not talk for the people because those lawmakers we have there, those ministers we have there, their only concern is to have something in their pockets, to have money that they will ride bigger cars, they will live better lives when they are in power. They care less about the ordinary people. There is a sense of entitlement that each of the government officials, it has always been dominated among government officials in Liberia. When they come to power, they just feel so entitled, and they feel the people that brought them to power are nothing.
Right.
Just imagine, 11 months ago, people got killed. Peaceful citizens were protesting. They turned their back and they were going. Police fired them from the back. They made an account with any kind of something to come for you. They make a protest for his
Then
right.
get any
There
weapon,
is
then get
an
gun.
NDA that we're supposed to live up to. The community has to benefit SYZ. The people are not living up to it. The people came to protest. On a democratic group, protest is no
And,
sin, it is no crime. It is
and
one
like
of
you
the things
said,
that makes
like
a democracy effective.
like you said, the those companies are not actually living to what the MDA. They, just imagine they seem very competent on a discussion. Upon attendance, the least job that even somebody who is not educated can do is being done by a foreigner, a white man, and not a citizen of that area.
High level inequality. High level inequality.
And they are, that particular person will even be paid as compared to a real Liberian as a son there.
That's what happening. They will pay almost 4 or 5 times far more than the Liberians are there, and they do not report any Liberia in any major position. That's what they have been doing. Of late,
So
I've been having
it's just so frustrating, Michael.
yeah,
And
It,
let's
it, it is. It is. A microstructure, really good point. Really good point. Look, I feel sick, my brother. And I don't know. I'm too old now. We've been writing this thing, and we were young, very, very young, very innocent. Not innocent. I wasn't innocent, but very inexperienced. We were writing. People talked down to all. We grew in the business. We became confident. We've been writing and writing. And in fact, you're talking about Ashila Mittal. I was just looking for the story on on the internet. I won the investigative report of the year in 2006, 2007 PUL awards because of the Ashila Mittal story that I was writing. Ashila Mittal concession agreement, they put in there several components. I wrote about 15 different stories for that concession agreement. In one of the places, they said that if the Ashila Mittal discover gold, diamond on a village, they may raise the village without paying additional dividend to the government. Those things, when I wrote them, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf had to put them back into negotiation. And that's how I won our investigative journalist of the year. The actual meter you see today, that agreement is not even still perfect. There was something still there that I know when I handle that agreement, I will still see.
I
It's
got
true.
a I got from the
It's
current
true. And I'm not going to call certain journalists' name, editors' name. When I was writing the things, they call me. Oh, they call me at Mama Point Buffet. They call it no, not, Pioneer Restaurant. It's a buffet. They call me there and offer me money. I want to call the guy name, but I can't call his name. I can't call his name.
he's a media colleague.
So and definitely they could have got me. Everybody got a price.
Mhm.
When we got there, they told us to eat $10 for the buffet. So I took my brother to take the $10. No, Mr. Jerry, don't worry. The Indian guy said, don't worry. You know that Indian guy get that place. No, don't worry. I don't know whether he sold it now to different people. He said, no, don't worry. We'll take care. Don't worry. Took my bowl. We went to a round table. We sat down. The guy said, we'll give you $3,000 cash right now. We'll buy you 50 reams of newsprint. 50 reams of newsprint. We'll pay for 20 production costs at Savannah Printing Press for you. Please leave this story alone.
That's
My man,
imagine.
my whole heart jumped for. Then I started thinking, I said, 3,000? Yeah, that money. Oh. So I said, okay, but instead of bringing the son on the road, let me make my demand. I said, give me 15,000 now and do the rest of the thing. I will leave it.
You
The
know,
guy said, "Okay,
before you just
50,000
continue, before you just continue, you remind me of myself. Right? If you ask me to do something and I don't want to do it, let me like brought my secret to you. I always put a hard in there. So
No, but
yeah.
actually, Michael, what you expect me to do? I got an opportunity. If you can tell me you give me 3,000 now, it means you brought it with you
Hmm.
or more because that's your
The
bargaining
middleman,
point.
the middleman said, bro, it done.
Wait a minute, bro. So there were three middlemen in that king. If you give me 3,000, each of them
Imagine
give
like
them
Brave will
1,000
get three.
each. So
You know how
instead of
much
me giving you
10,000
1,000,
about?
I want to put everything together. I conclude.
Hmm.
I said, give me 15 G now and do
I'll
the
forget.
rest of the thing you're going to do. You will never see that story in my newspaper again. They say, okay, we'll get back to you. I said, no problem. I got in my car, went to my office. They never called me back. The next day, I flogged there again. Oh, that one, that energy now, that one, that anger, I
Yeah,
honor.
yeah.
Got play for all of me. So, journalists and Michael, that's true. B. Martin is a powerful media institution, concessionaire. Any journalist that go there, you're not careful, you're not going to report no story.
Yeah,
We
and
went to LAC.
it's a whole
We went
pattern
to
they are
LAC.
using. Most of the money companies, that's the pattern they are using now. They are paying media houses, they are paying key journalists, they have their own
They do
payroll,
that.
and they are not saying anything to advocate for the common people. Most of the communities these money entities are in, these communities are underdeveloped. These communities,
My office sent me to Buchanan to LAC, and I'm just giving you an example because you talk about people bribing people not to come up with a real story.
Mhm.
They sent me to LAC. LAC was evicting residents of District Number 4 because they wanted to plant some rubber. So they were erasing the whole village. They were taking everybody from there without paying the money that is so paid to them because it's so pay per head. And if the people get cocoa or whatever, you pay for the trees. And they were not paying the money. They were giving the people peanuts. So when they sent me there, there's a Ghana guy who was a general manager for LAC. A Ghana guy, called George. When I got there, he said, Gibson, when you heard my name, Gibson right away, he said, Mama, come. He said, come here, Charlie, come here. I went and said, let's go to my office. We went to the office. The guy brought the fat envelope, he put it down right away. He said, I've been waiting for you. This one, my general manager says I should give it to you. Before even asking what I go do there. So I told him, you don't even know what I'm here for. I finished getting my recording. I finished getting my pictures and everything. I didn't want his side. I thought you were going to say, you don't want to talk. Then I get sweet story to talk. So when I was going, I told him, no, I'm not going to take the money because when I do that now, I don't think it will be appropriate. So let me go back. Let me figure out. I will call you back and I'll come back to Buchanan. When I was going, the guy called a boy. He said, put 5 bags of rice in the man car. Now I can't refuse it again. I took my 5 bags of rice with me. In the next morning, I flogged the story with a picture there in the center spread. That man called me and personally cursed my mom. Mama, the money was plenty. I could have taken it.
Oh,
But
oh.
when your bosses sent you, there's nothing you can do about it.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of fat envelope I saw, I don't know whether that $5 there or like $100 there. Maybe that's what they've been doing to other journalists
it is happening.
to
See,
violate the people's rights.
I've been talking to some people from most of these mining areas of recent. I'm collecting some information on some of them as we speak, and it is something that is actually going on. As I have learned, it is alleged that when HPX last year, when they started to engage the government, Asla Meta had to spend close to 20 million on a table just to make the government
And not
disengage
only journalists, government officials.
HPX.
Government official. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
government
Government
They
officials.
have to spend
As
so,
they
almost
so
go in
that
20
there,
million on the
those
table.
who are responsible, they go in there, they're coming back with the pocket full.
Yeah, for
And
the
they will
government to
provide the
disengage
sweetest
HPX.
justification.
So
Yeah.
it's a major problem. So that's the issue with the B mountain thing. And the people that got victimized, our people, the vulnerable people, the people that the government came to rescue. They are those who came to protest that you say you came to rescue us, you are not protecting us. We want to make our case heard. Then
and
the
Michael, I
only
want
thing
you to
you do is
imagine. Let me ask you a
protest.
question, Michael. In fact, you are the B Martin manager now. Michael, the Ministry of Justice sent 4 to 5 people to you investigating an incident that involved your company with 3 Liberian citizens dead. The police station burned down, other houses burned down,
mm,
people whom ransacked. And those 5 men come to you and say, we are here from the Ministry of Justice to investigate your company and what you have done. Michael, how will you treat them? Those men that did that investigation, they
as
rich.
a
Oh.
as a foreigner who fear for the country, the first thing I want to come. Yeah, but I mean, most of the
Oh yeah,
managers of the companies
yeah,
in
they are
this city,
foreigners.
they're
They are
not like
foreigners.
you.
They are
They
foreigners.
don't care for the common people. So the
Oh
first
man,
thing
I
they
will
do,
go let the poor can talk. They cannot talk nonsense about me. I tell each of you the way you have come. If your report help me out, each of you 50,000 each, and I will
Straight.
give you 20,000 now.
Your
When the
mind get
report come out
blown.
and favor me, you come and collect your other 30,000.
They blow your
Oh
mind
man,
straight.
we mango that report. We want to see that report about bro.
but that's why I killed that report.
What's in the
CEO,
report? If that
exactly. Just
report
imagine
hold Dean
CEO,
Mountain accountable.
CEO. What on earth from last year? February,
February.
something happened, and the government has done nothing about it at all. So you were prompted if there was no interest at all.
It's so sad.
Even the Minister
So
of
sad.
Justice.
So
Even the Minister of Justice.
let's let's look at this issue now and see how we can go to our point of focus because if we man this topic, if we man
The
will
thing
just be
sweet
talking.
back. The top sweet.
So
Okay, let's
the
go.
the president suspended the NEC boss Deviata Brown Lasana, and this is a communication uh, they wrote. So for time indefinite, uh, I don't know whether you want to read.
Oh yeah, I don't know. You send it to me, huh?
Yeah, I sent it to you as well. Check my
Where?
number.
All your regular?
Yeah, my number. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna see the Justice Minister on. I don't see that one. But I
Okay.
think I can read it from the screen. Let me see if I can read it from the screen. I can
You have
read
it
it from the
already.
screen.
So check. I sent it already.
Okay. So I can
Yes.
read it from the screen, but I want to check
Oh,
back if you send
yeah,
it. Like if I get
yeah.
it, I
I
can
just
just
sent it.
enlarging it from my side. Yeah, I see it. I
Okay.
see it. Now I can enlarge it from here. My eyes will not strain. This release is coming for is it for immediate release. President Walker suspend NEC chairperson for actions disruptive to public order and stability. Wow. Wow, they put a lot of people in trouble. January 15, 2025, Executive Mansion, Monrovia. President Joseph Newman Boyka Sr. has suspended Madam Deveato Brown Lassanan, chairperson of the National Elections Commission, NEC, for an indefinite period following actions deemed disruptive to public order and stability. The
Mm,
suspension follows an investigation into recent protests by the aggrieved NEC workers regarding administrative decisions taken without proper consultation. According to the findings, Madam Brown Lassanan unilaterally announced the closure of the NEC office for 1 month and dismissed 25 employees without the knowledge or the approval of the NEC Board of Commissioners as required by law. The president cited Section 2.1 and 2.10d of the National 86 New Elections Law, which vests the authority to conduct NEC affairs in the Board of Commissioners as a collective body. The law mandates that decisions involving corrective measures against employees must be taken in consultation with the board, not by the chairperson or any individual commissioner acting alone. Now, I'm quoting now, while the committee constituted to investigate the grievances of NEC workers who was actively addressing the matter, Madam Brown Lasana took precipitous and unilateral action, thereby undermining the integrity and stability of the institutions, said the president stated.
mm.
The president expressed concern that such action could adversely impact the NEC's ability to conduct by-election scheduled within the next 2 months, while also creating a toxic working environment at the commission. That's the release.
Oh. So let me let you talk first.
Okay, let
Yeah.
me start, then Marco will come. Let me start, and Marco. The Marco is our mean man. Now you the one, you the mean man. So Me, I just hanging because anytime you can kick me out and I will go. But my God is our member. But here is the thing, Archie. First of all, let's start from the legal aspect.
Mm-hmm.
In last year of April, the Liberia Telecommunication Authority officials, commissioners,
Mm-hmm.
filed a lawsuit at the Supreme Court in a bill of information requesting the Supreme Court to intervene that President Boakai has suspended them to time indefinite and was appointing new people to their positions. The Supreme Court ruled that it is illegal for the president to suspend any commissioner who is occupying a tenure position
Position. Mm-hmm. Just as
without
Stephen Brown.
a cause, without a cause. And that cause, I'm going to tell you what that cause is. More than that, the Supreme Court said suspension is equivalent to dismissal. So if the president will suspend them, he would rather dismiss them for cause than suspend them indefinitely and order that those who were appointed in the place of those LTH commissioners should be removed and the commissioners should be, those suspended commissioners should go back to their job. President Boakai refused. First, on April 25th, 2024, he accepted in a speech the result of the election commission and say, we praise the election commission's ruling on the matter. 2 days later, he told the people to go and take seat. He violated the constitution or he violated the laws of Liberia. The ruling of the Supreme Court are laws in Liberia. When the Supreme Court rule on an issue, that ruling becomes a law in our country. He violated that. Not only that he violated the Supreme Court law, he also violated the tenure position laws. Not only that. So let's assume that the president actually get angry with these people and believe that what they did is wrong. Why suspend them? Why not go ahead and dismiss them? And the reason why President Boakai refused to dismiss them is because the law called for due process. Due process means in this situation, a committee, a commission will be set up to investigate the matter. And David Etta Brown, the chairman of the National Election Commission, will have an opportunity to explain herself and defend herself before that commission. So their due process will delay Joseph Boakai's decision. So you don't want to go through the due process. That's why you don't want to dismiss them. You just suspend them, and then that's it. You suspend it, you're not coming back. But here's my suspect, and I may be wrong. Anybody can say the TU is wrong, fine. My suspect is the NEMA by-election is coming.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The president probably has serious problem with the chairperson. And he thinks the way to navigate the Unity Party and make sure that Unity Party wins that seat and not CDC winning that seat. I don't even know what that CDC can because Coca might win. I don't know. So that's
But
my suspicion.
Koga is not an original. In
You
fact,
know, original Unity Party.
he's
Yeah.
not even a United Parliament.
I
Koga is
think
for
you're
the PUP.
MBR man.
No, the PUP. He's the
Oh, you
chairman.
from PUP?
He is the chairman of the PUP.
Oh, I see. So now, if Unity Party want to put on somebody, they need guarantee to win it. That's a plus for them in the Senate because Unity Party get very minute senators.
Mm-hmm.
Adding another senator is a blessing for them. But that's my suspicion. But the legal part is wrong. You can't suspend them. The Supreme Court already ruled. You can't suspend them. By suspending them, you are removing them from their position. It's equivalent to dismissal. And if you want to dismiss them, give them due process. Set up a committee, investigate them, let them have their time to appear before that committee. And then when they are wrong, you dismiss them. So do you believe that if those David Ethel Brown were actually wrong, why the president didn't dismiss her?
And you
Why
suspend.
suspend her? And the law, the Supreme Court already told you, don't suspend. If you want to suspend, you are wrong because suspension, you don't have the first of all, the law, today I read a law on spoon talk. I read a whole law on spoon talk today. And I said there's nothing here for suspension. The law does not say you must suspend. Mo Ali argued that he who has the power to appoint has the power to suspend. No, not like that. In law, if you ask any lawyer, they say what the law does not give, it withholds. What the law does not give, it withholds. That's a maxim in law.
Mhm.
That means if the law did not say suspend, it means it hold it. You can't do it.
You can do it, yeah, automatically you can do it.
You can't suspend when the law says they didn't say suspend. It's not discretionary. You can say, oh, because they say suspension not in the law, then I can just use my hand and just do it. No. That's why they say whatever the law does not give, it withholds. It says remove the people for cause. It didn't say remove anybody because of administrative action the person took. Now let's think about the administrative action and now let Michael come in.
Mhm.
President Boyka said the action she took were dangerous to stability. Okay. And she don't have the right to do that. If you read the new election law,
Mhm.
says that the chairperson responsibility, that you have the right to take administrative actions. Then it said, in other matters, you should take the action in consultation with the board. As Michael is talking, I'm going to go to that law and I
Mhm.
will read it for the Liberian people because sometimes if you don't read these things, they think you are lying. The president cannot suspend her, and the president cannot remove her from without cause. He has violated both.
Mhm.
And you're not going to bring up by you guys, you all know, when Joseph Baga suspend you, you're not coming back. That's the problem. So I just pause. Let me look for that law.
Mhm.
Because I'll use it today. It should be in my to do here. And I'll pause while Marcus go and do what you do.
So
The,
Michael, let's
the,
hear it.
the election law. Yep. Okay. So I think the thing keeps happening, but I keep getting confused. Why are they making the same mistakes over and over, and nobody has remorse to say, "Oh, they shouldn't be happening"? I mean, the NEC is a constitutionally established institution. Even if the president has the right to appoint, his appointment does not take effect until it is confirmed
By the
by
Senate.
the national legislature.
Mhm.
So there is no decision the president can take with a constitutionally established institution like the NEC without a legislature involvement. Anything without a legislature involvement is arbitrary. And I mean, it's a problem for the society. So there will be a motive because there have been things that have happened over the period of of the last couple several months
Mhm.
since the government came to power. There have been major allegations of scandal. There have been major allegations of things that have undermined our constitution, and the president has blatantly ignored some of those things. What about an institution that people protested and one chairperson took administrative actions and you consider it as being disruptive? The protest at NEC, was it that detrimental?
No.
It caused any standstill in the country? Was it to the point that people stopped going? So when they say disruptive, in what context is this disruptive about us? Is it that
because the commissioners in there, there are about seven, and the battle between seven of them now they can be tough sometimes. Those that are not the head commissioner, they feel like, especially when some of them are close to the government of the day, they feel like they should be favored over the commissioner that is there, and the propaganda can be so strong in that space. I know for a fact because I was kind of closer to someone who worked there before and how the politics plays there. So the president once again, like our CEO was saying, I mean, he had the strongest opinion on that thing last night on Spoon. I did not follow directly, but I was having a conversation with somebody and they talked about it. The suspension, the president does not have the right to suspend without the legislature involvement, and the Supreme Court's interpretation of suspension now, it should serve as a guide. So if they were added, so I don't know, the legal advisors to the president, what are they telling the president? What is the justice minister telling the president? Why are these people not
What do you
guiding
expect? What do you expect the justice minister to
when it
say?
comes to?
What will you expect of them?
But these people are being paid. They're supposed to guard the president. Let me tell you something. Actually, when you won't keep somebody in your, when you become a big government person, you won't keep anybody in your corridor. Stop keeping single fence in your corridor.
They will not help
People
you.
are crazy for everything are the people that will escort you to your early grave. The best people to keep around you are people that can look in your face and say, Mr. President, this thing. You see the American president, for example, these are the people we are more the more after. So sometimes we mention them.
You
In the
you talk
White
about
House,
that. You talk about that. One of the president's sons, for I will not call his name. I was lecturing with him, right? I bumped into him and we tried to lecture. He's a kind of a cool B brother, and he said the reason for which I'm not actually loved by my father is because I look at him in his face and tell him the right thing, and tell him the right thing. He's the son. He's the one of the eldest sons of the president. I mean, this current president. We had that interaction. So he said, anytime I go to family meeting, all of my brothers, my junior and senior, when they are talking, they will bow down, be saying, they'll be dodging what is real. But for the fact that I look at my father and tell him, look, you are the president, this is what should be done, in the interest of like bring people and do this. He always feel that maybe I'm that kind of a person. So he doesn't really focus on me. Though he's in the government, but yet then still he feel like he and his father they are not always in that cool term because he always says the fact. So these things will always happen. If you look at somebody and tell them the reality, they feel that you are against them.
that's those are the people you need around your corridor when you are in position of power. People who will look in your face and argue with you on critical issues. Not people who will endorse almost every action. We've seen the consequences of these things in years past. We saw it in regime before Taylor regime, Dole regime, Turbo regime, other regimes before this. We saw it. You were sycophantic when the president said anything. They endorsed the president. Where did it lead those people? It led them to their early graves. Some of those presidents who have been ex-president in Liberia, yeah, peacefully living here.
Yeah.
But because people around them were endorsing everything they were doing, it led to where they got today. And it's a major problem for our society. The
You want to read
next,
a law? You want to read a law, CEO?
So I send the power the only reason why the president can remove the commissioner. But before that, I usually like to argue the part of the government to to tell the followers of government why the government is arguing and why I think it's not the right thing to argue. So any government supporters or JMB supporters will say, uh, the president, number one, the president appoints the person. So why the president cannot? Because one president appoint, another president will remove, right?
Mhm.
So if the president can appoint, the president can remove. Well, now we turn your position. Tenure position before you remove, there is a cost, and that cost I send it to you, Archie. You will
Yeah,
put it on the screen
I'm
in
out
a
of.
little bit, and we'll read that.
Uh-huh.
Number two, the government may argue and say, but what she had done, she dismissed 25 people from the election commission. She didn't consult her other friend then. She didn't consult the board of commissioners. She just did it on her own. She didn't even respect them. That is a misconduct. They will also say there were other actions she took. She closed down. She closed down the election commission for 1 month. So why she did that for? We sort of have election in 2 months, then by election in 2 months. Then why she closed the election commission in a whole month? And then when she dismissed these people who were protesting, she didn't seek advice from the board of commissioners. That's
I
what
need
the
the
government was liking.
I need the PDF of this. You please send me the PDF.
Oh yeah, I will do that. So in fact, right now, let me say to you before while we're talking, because this thing here is we have to do this. So actually, the problem we have right now is whether we can be moralists or we can be followers.
Mm.
If we want to be followers, we will agree with the government
Okay.
that the suspension is right. She disrespected her friends. She's not supposed to do that. But the law you put on the board, 2.2, section 2.2, appointment and tenure. And I'm going to read it slowly. The president shall nominate, and with the consent of the Senate, appoint and commission the chairman, co-chairman, and other members of the election commission, and who shall hold their office doing good behavior for a period of 7 years. As a matter of fact, the woman term is finishing next year.
Mm-hmm. So,
Her term is finishing.
like, you can't even manage to allow her finish her thing
Yeah,
instead of putting the
effective as of the date of their commission. They may, however, be removed upon proof of misconduct.
Mm-hmm.
The proof
Now,
can only be established on the due
so
process.
the government and its supporters will say, but what kind of proof you want? She dismissed 25 people and she didn't consult the board. She closed down the election commission office for 1 month and she didn't consult the board. So therefore her action is a misconduct. If it's a misconduct, the law gave you the right to remove her completely. Why you didn't remove her? If the president knew that you were right, why you did not remove her? Why suspend her? This whole law, if you read it, I send it to you now, Archie. When you
Yeah,
sit
I'm
your
looking at
tomorrow,
that.
day after tomorrow again, any minute day after tomorrow, read the law. There is nothing there that says the president may suspend based on so and so. It said when you see something happen, if the person behaved in a way that is a misconduct, it's a proof of misconduct, remove the person.
Mm-hmm.
So why did you suspend? The reason the president suspended because the president not show of his own action. He not show whether this act that the woman committed may be misconduct because she got administrative function. Now we'll go to the administrative function when Marco is speaking. In the
Mm-hmm.
administrative function, she has the right to do certain things. She has the right to do certain things. She can take administrative actions. Now here is the duties of the chairman and the co-chairman. The chairman. The chairman of the election commission shall have the following special duties and function. Be the official head and spokesperson or spokesman of the commission. Preside over all meetings and hearings of the commission. For the purpose of expediting and hearing the determination of all election offenses and other businesses of the commission, shall apportion the republic into five administrative areas and assign her. She alone, they're not talking
Mm-hmm.
about her. She can apportion the country into 5 zones and assign commissioner to the area who shall, in consultation, the commission that she assigned now, in
Mm-hmm.
consultation with the commission in bank, that be the commission board of commission, not herself, the board of commission. If I put you there, before you take any action, you should consult the board of commission. That one, when they say in bank, is a Latin word for the full bench of the commission. direct and supervise all election activities in his area of assignment, including the hearing and determination of election offenses arising therefrom, which determination having been previously approved by the commission shall be final. Now here's another function of the woman that you're dismissing
Mm-hmm.
for taking administrative action. She has the power to control,
Supervise.
supervise, to direct the
Mm-hmm.
administrative operation of the office of the commissioners.
So then why suspend her for administrative functions?
But listen to the one the president is using now. Listen to the one the president is using. My man, I need to. You got it. Ain't reading it right. You reading with me right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know who. Let me put on the. Let me send it to you so you can put on the screen. If you're able, you can put on the screen. But let me send it so you can put on the screen because the president is using that now as his reason, and will tell the president that that reason he's using is different from what the woman used, what she used. The woman is a lawyer. Let everybody get to know this. The woman is a lawyer. She's not just ordinary person. So before she take any kind of action, I believe she either consulted other lawyers and she used her lawyering ideas.
It seems
And
to be that we will not even talk about the budgeting now.
oh my man, yeah.
No, we
Let
will
me
we will.
okay. Let me just send it one to you. And
Uh-huh.
Marcus speak on it. Then we're done with it because they think they other topics sweet again. You
No,
know.
we can continue with this. Maybe hang out the budgeting. Budgeting will still talk about. We still have this to talk about it.
Yeah.
So
We
I
can talk
want
about
to
it
read
15
a
minutes,
part.
maybe
I
45.
want to read a part so that the people will know that the president excuse that
it's not
he's using
it's not substantive.
is not substantive. Now I send it to you. If you can put on the screen, you can put on the screen. But I will read slowly for the people who are listening. D. D said the chairman of the commission, David Ethel Brown, she has the power to control. She has the power to supervise.
Mm-hmm.
She has the power to direct the administrative operation of the office of the election commission. Then this is the one the president using. He said, and in consultation with the commission, that's an additional,
Mm-hmm.
take such corrective administrative measures for the smooth and effective operation of the commission. So this is an addition. If there are other administrative things you want to do that will make the commission to operate smoothly, you must tell the board of commissioners so they can be aware.
Mm-hmm.
It's an addition. When you see the conjunction with a comma, that comma separate the complex compound sentence. Because what we are reading right now is a complex compound sentence.
Yeah, yeah.
It is now being joined by a coordinated conjunction, which is the end. But
Don't
the
open
end
don't
is
open English class
preceded
here.
by a comma. The end is preceded by a comma.
Uh-huh.
And this comma stands as a bridge between the first complex phrase to the second complex phrase. Not necessarily in harmony, but necessarily speaking with the same kind of voice. But they're not in harmony. Let me give you an example. Archie, you have the right to come to this office, to your
Mm.
office. You can eat rice in your office. You can eat soup in your office. You like it, you can go and buy color and eat in your office.
Oh yeah, that's my office.
But if you decide to cook in the building, you should tell the other managers in the building so they will know that you come and cook. Is that the same thing, Archie?
No, 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 no.
My man, take it from me, man. That old man, take it from me.
I'm gonna hear you for a few minutes before we go to our next point of focus because the colors and you can be the people just want you
Yeah,
just
see,
But they
what
can't
I say,
wait. They
see
can't
what
wait.
I say any better.
uh-huh.
If you go to the Supreme Court, basically they will be using the Constitution and national election laws.
Mm-hmm.
So when the national election laws say, oh, the chairperson, the main chairperson has the right
So
for
yeah, if she wants to protest the
executive
suspension,
assent.
I think she has the right to protest the suspension if she wants to.
The
So
woman
protest,
suspended.
then
Yeah,
she
she
will
protested
challenge
the
it.
suspension, but she will not win it. She will not win it.
She will challenge
The
it. So
court, I mean, Supreme Court rule that the majority black, what they're doing is what they call ultra virus. I don't even want to use that word, it's wrong.
yeah,
The
so
the
the rule of
president
law
called
is
the
only
prison
established in
minister
our country.
and said that gave us something with where we are. And they're working with it and working. They put the Supreme Court one side. Supreme Court not able to come back to clarify. Hey, by the way, Archie,
Mhm.
tomorrow, which is Friday,
I think
no,
you will be
Thursday, right? Thursday.
tomorrow. Tomorrow
Kofa,
my time will be
Kofa, Kofa, and the other people are going to court tomorrow to hear that bill of information.
okay. So the
Yeah, they
Friday
are going
edition,
tomorrow to hear the bill of information.
the
So
Friday
anybody who
edition
is around that area, maybe Deborah can go there and find out and talk to Kofa. And also, I thought Kofa myself, we are in discussion, trying to introduce him to different media institutions to speak. Maybe
I
he
want
can
him to
come on
appear
the
on the show.
show,
So
maybe he come on the
if he can
other
make that
show.
possible, if he can make that possible, he comes on the show.
Oh
I
yeah,
will,
he just sent me a message. Let so you know no secret, no secret. This is what I told him. I said I can call you to. He wrote me and said call me in the morning. I said I can call you tomorrow morning 11 a.m. I really believe that you should be able to speak out on the issues. I can help you to do that to connect you. But the more you keep silent, the more the others take roots in the media, and this is no cost to you. Absolutely no cost to him. We're not asking for money. We don't want no money. We want to make sure that the public
so
understand what Kofa is saying, what Kofa is doing, how he feels, what his side of the story is as opposed to the other people. And we do that because we want to provide information to the Liberian people so they can understand. So I'll be calling him tomorrow, 11 a.m., and we will talk, and I will tell you where we're going from there, how we're going to plan his PR, his appearances on the station and other stations, so he can speak to the media. Then we can understand because he hasn't really spoken to anybody, right?
mhm,
He hasn't
mhm.
really spoken to anybody.
So yeah, my God, you were in speech.
Yeah, he could just do some summer cast. If we have a major something, one major with media, then just someone cast it with most of the radio stations.
Oh yeah, we can do
Yeah,
that. That's
it could
true.
help.
We can do
Yeah,
that.
but the Constitution and the national election laws, they are the tools that can be used in a situation. And obviously, it's a pity that the Supreme Court that everyone should be running to is being perceived now as a compromised, institution. So it's so pathetic because where will this woman now go? Her rights are being violated. The president does not have the exclusive right to have suspended her without due process. If you want to remove her, the Supreme Court already interpreted something. There is an opinion that anything new position, suspension is equivalent, is tantamount to removal. Is equivalent. I mean, to the removal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now you are removing somebody in your regular way of removing people. Why don't you want to give this woman due process? Why is the fear of due process? This is, but you see, this thing is a pattern with these people. They are always afraid to use the law the right way. That's the same thing that is happening at the legislature. They do not want to follow the due process. They have never given anybody due process. That's how President Boaga, even the speaker they try removing, they refused to give him due process. All the commissioners they removed, the central bank governor they removed, all the people they have removed, they have not given anybody due process. So the government hates due process. We are we are on. It's just everything is happening arbitrarily.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We pray for this
Authoritarian
government to succeed.
regime.
Uh,
That's how we put
yeah,
ourselves on. That's what happening,
yeah.
and
So
it is
it's
beyond
very
pathetic.
pathetic. It's very pathetic. It's
It's
very
beyond
very pathetic.
elections law, the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia gave the right to the commissioner that there should be due process. She has some the right administrative rights under the election law. The Constitution grants her due process. If anything will affect her position, you do not want to give her due process. So what kind of I don't know. And there are a lot of people who have been violating all sort of laws around in government positions. He has never paid attention to any of them. Never paid attention to any of them.
Well, I mean, because maybe probably the woman is not you know the partisan woman. So that the kind of people, but the kind of people back and log and be sharp on. All the people since this regime came to power, the only people that they can be tough on with the laws are those who are now from the side. The only opposition people can be tough on with the laws. I mean, that's
Okay.
where we find ourselves. We just pray that
Let
these
me
things
read
that
something for our people who are listening because we don't want to say it, then we don't read it. Then they say, oh, so that what you're doing, you're on 419 now. Yeah, we don't want to be on 419.
So,
On April 25th, on April 24th, actually,
mhm,
the Supreme Court made a ruling, and I quote this portion of the Supreme Court ruling.
mhm,
Quote, there being no showing of the existence of any of the conditions for the petitioner's removal, the LTA commissioners.
mhm,
The Supreme Court says, say you, the government has not shown any reason
mhm,
why you remove them. For the removal of these petitioners from office as stipulated in the acts creating the respective entities to which the petitioners are appointed, their said removal from office prior to the expiry of their tenure without due process is ultra-virus. We're using ultra-virus again.
mhm.
That was on
That war,
August
that
24th,
war already suffer. That
April
war already
24th.
suffer.
On April 24th, 2024, the Supreme Court made a ruling and said, since the government had not shown any reason and probable cause
Mhm,
for removing these people from their tenure position from the Liberia Telecommunication Authority, therefore the removal is ultra-virus because their tenure have not ended. But let me read the other one so you can hear it. This decision also affirmed
mhm,
the alternative rate of prohibition issued by the justice in chamber and granted the preemptory rate prayed for by the
mhm.
petitioner. What the preemptory rate said? The preemptory rate is asking that the Supreme Court stop the government of Liberia from removing them because there was no evidence to show that they have misbehaved, that they have misconduct, that the president had no right to suspend them, and so they asked the Supreme Court to stop the government from removing them. And what did the president say? The president said, "We welcome the decision of in the media post. We welcome the decision of the Supreme Court." The next day, 2 days later, he told the guy to go and take office. What kind of government is this? What kind of government is this? Are you fooling the people? Are you making
A
nyama
unity
nyama?
party government.
Well, we'll make a transition. We just gave you the meat, the raw meat, so you can know because we don't want to say it and then you say, "But the poor gave us nothing." The Supreme Court already ruled that you can't suspend them. Number one, two, before you remove them, it must have a misconduct connotation. With no misconduct, number three, you should wait until their tenure are over. The president have violated it 3 times, and the fourth one he violated again. He did it to the central bank governor. He removed the man now. They are negotiating with the central bank governor, Talu, to give him $500,000 to keep quiet so he can go sue the government. They removed the LTS officials. They removed the guy from the from Legis, and now they are removing the chairman of the election commission. And people are still arguing that the government is correctly proceeding. Let's move on to our next topic.
So, as you can see on the screen, is our project, our areas of discussion, and Michael did this projections. So we did this on the screen. Is our own. Is not the those of you following and watching. It is not the outing, the budget outing, but what we have read, because it is not been published, but what we have been able to collect, the information, the data we have collected. We did this breakdown. This is our bullet points. CEO. So I think you can see it very clear, right?
Yep, I
I think I
do.
sent it to you. Okay. So those are
I
the
do.
bullet points for which we will be looking at.
So I just want to make this point. It's a whole team that's working on this particular thing to have an opinion concerning most of these ongoing financial issues. So it was not just I alone who worked on it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so there's a team of experts that have been working. So these are yeah critical, but
Just
the work
so
was
it's our own point. We don't want you to say, "Oh, it is our own point." We're just bringing it out for discussion on the show. So, uh, but let me read this. Let me just read a portion of this I tried reading yesterday. Uh, like I said, because when I started this discussion, I started with Martin Colley. I started quoting his right out. The reason is that he's the rescue Rambo. He is the rescue Rambo. And Martin said, I'll just read a few lines of it. He said, "The change we did not expect, the grand conspiracy is to keep you in poverty, turn you into beggars, and dash out peanuts during elections. Nothing will change in Liberia if this does not change." Martin Colley is right. Fellow Liberians, pay attention. The appropriation for just constituency visit alone jumped from 330,000 to $2,054,913 in less than 11 months. And he referenced page 4 of the budget outturn report. The appropriation was just for just legislative committee hearing or in-house meeting alone jumped from US 3.6 million to over 13.9 millions. That's additional 10.9 millions in less than 11 months. And he says this is fiasco. The legislature swallowed US 53.2 million in less than 11 months. For what? When the Liberian when Liberia is the eighth poorest country on planet Earth. Fellow Liberians, you are becoming poorer every day while they are becoming richer for from your resources. The millions you are wasting and pocketing do not come from their private companies. It is your money. Join us in asking them what they did with this money when unemployment was more than 90% in Liberia, according to the MOL 2024, that's Ministry of Labor. If anything will change, it should start from President Bwaka and VP Kun. The lawmakers are refusing to cut down or on waste because President Bwaka and the executives are also refusing to cut down the waste. So I'll hold it here before we just go further. And we can begin from
No, no, go to Michael. Go to Michael.
Michael.
Go to Michael. Now, Michael's document and he
Yeah,
understands
Michael,
it
you
better.
made the bullet points. Your team make
so
this.
so so basically, the real authority will come for a lot of people to share opinion on the budget when the real budget is posted on the website. It is being held for now. For whatever reason, it is being held since the budget was approved, the illegal budget was approved January 6th. It has not been published on the website.
Mhm,
For budget transparency, when you publish when the budget is signed by the president, within 2 weeks or so, the open budget initiative, within 2 weeks or so, the budget should be posted on the website for citizens to have access to it. But what this government did was that they took the signing page of the president and posted it on the Ministry of Finance website. And the real component of the budget that has most of the things that you can determine from, they are still being held. When you read a draft 2025 budget, some of the authoring of 2024, they are captured, but you don't know the changes that were made in the approved one. So there is no complete conclusion now on that particular path. But to just give an overview, in the 2024 budget, there were projections in the 2024 budget. The entire envelope of the 2024 budget, the domestic revenue component of the 2024 budget was around 690 million or so. That was the domestic revenue component. At some point, as of October, when the 2025 budget came up, the 2024 outturn as of October, it was captured. One of the upturn that was captured that caught our attention for a fact was the salary component. Because maybe we talk all the numbers and people will not understand it. The beginning of the year, the government projected that the salary for civil servants will be 299 million. The entire component salary, they call it wage component. The wage bill of the national budget is the salary component of the national budget that they want to use to pay the people. So they say that whole one there in the 2024 budget, it will be 299 million. So as of October, there were some recasts doing it, but as of October, the government projected that from that 299 million that was to be used for just salary in the course of 2024, the government has used around 253 million already for salary. So it meant that the government are using around 23, 22, 23 million per, you know, per salary per month. So if you were to add from October 253 million, if you were to add additional, because it was actually projected around 27, between 27, 23 to 24 to 27, it's not exact in many cases because the number sometimes it fluctuates. So if you were to add, let's assume like 27 times 2, because the autumn was around October. I just want to calculate something here.
Hmm.
2,
Yeah,
7,
yeah, quick,
2,
very fast.
it will be around 54.
Hmm.
So if we were to add this 54 or 50 million to the 253 million or so, it will be around 300 plus million. So it would have been little reasonable to some point. But this is one of the places that a controversy came up when the finance minister was asked the last time he appeared on OKFN by
Hmm.
Clarence Jackson. What will the outturn be as of December 31st, 2024? He said the projected outturn at the end of the year will be around 310 million. When they say outturn, the salary, the wage outturn of the budget, the wage component of the budget, he said that when the year end, though we projected 299 million for the beginning of the fiscal year, but when the year end, the money we use to pay salary alone will be 310 million. It is confusing though. Why is it confusing? Because during the course of the year, there was no policy that was implemented by government that projected salary increment. The government did not increase salary during the course of the year. So another thing the government did that is very significant to pay attention to is that the government said that they did payroll clean up. The number of people on the government payroll, they are around 65,000 human beings when the government came to power, according to them. And they say when they did payroll cleanup, the number dropped to around 60,000 people. So if you had 299 million at the beginning of the year for salary payment, and you're
Hmm.
paying 65,000 people, and the 65,000 people drop to 60,000 people, when the year is ending, with the money move from 299 million to 310 million,
No way.
so that's one of the easiest something because this is here the salary component of the national budget that we are discussing. Somebody say, oh, before the year end, we are 299 million we use to pay salary. That's what we use to pay wage. That's what we use to pay the people. And in the course of the year, there was no policy. The government did not do any increment policy. There is no, because for the government to do something, you see, in the 2025 budget, it is mentioned that there will be salary increment in 2025. So the government said they will have 15 million for the salary increment. And it is stated clearly that there is a policy that will be implemented for salary increment. The legislature has approved that according to them, though it is fraudulently done. That was not mentioned in the 2024 budget. So there was no visible salary increment. So all the projections they did, CSA came out and came out with a report. They said the government saved around 2.4 million every year during the course of the year. So 2.4 billion, if you even save it for 6 months, the 299 million end of the year, we should not be getting 299 million. We should get far less than 299 million. While the finance minister will make us to get confused at the end of the year, we get 310 million. And from sources within, they are even saying that the wage component, the salary component are supposed to be 299 million or less. They are saying the salary component will be around 317 million. So if the salary component alone is around 317 million in the 2024 budget, it means the salary component in the 2025 budget cannot be 315 million because in the 2025 budget, the salary component is 315 million. So it means where the budget stop, you add another 15 million on it where the budget will stop, then you get a salary component for the following year. Because the government has said that they will do pay increment in the following year, and they're
Yeah.
adding 15 million on the wage component for pay increment in the following year. So if the wage component ends, whatever the wage component ends at, get add 15 or 16 million there because it was around 299, and he said the next budget the wage is going around 315. So 299 going to 315 and mean that 16 million is added
That's
there.
added,
So
yeah.
whatever the salary component, the outturn of the salary, not just the projected outcome, the outturn, the money that we use to pay salary, where the salary, the threshold of the salary, where it will be here, that the place you add a new 16 million to determine how much you will do for salary payment the following year. So it means the salary component will go over 330 million, and 330 million of it will be very huge component. We do not have the capacity to raise that money. Even the IMF is not even going to even support that kind of budget. So we can talk all the complex things concerning it, but that particular part alone, the one that affect the people directly, the salary component, the one that they taking, the money that they put in their pocket, just that small part alone is looking so controversial for people to
But
come and say.
yeah, the thing is that there are salary there are reduction in employment because there are people they said they were ghost names. So they did verification, they validated the listing. So instead of the amount of employment rate from WIA's regime has been reduced. I think you
From
stated that from
65,000 to
65 years
60,000.
to 60,000. So there are absolutely 5,000 people already left the
So
payroll.
let's take it around 4,000 people taken from the payroll.
The
So
payroll
why would the money be increasing instead
increasing
of it
instead of
decreasing?
decrease.
Should we not raise concern? So now we are looking for the approved 2025 budget to determine the wage component of the 2024 budget. Because in the 2025 budget, you see the wage outturn of the 2024 budget. You see the exact number there. They are hiding those numbers because some of the things that they say and they are doing, they are contradicting the reality.
Yeah, I've searched for that. It has not been uploaded,
It
so I
is
don't know what
not
is the
up
delay
yet.
in that.
Okay.
It is not up yet. Even one of the things that was mentioned, and the salary component, one of the thing about the whole domestic revenue that Double Jala mentioned around the 27, the LRA gave a
Yeah,
autumn report around the
I think
27.
let me play. Yeah, hold on. Let me play
Yeah,
that. Let me play that.
is
I'm pleased to announce that the LRA has exceeded its annual revenue target of 690 million. To date, we have raised well over 700 million United States dollars in domestic revenue. Of this amount, 692 million has been verified by our colleagues who are processing, all of our intakes, and there's $10 million that is still in transit that is being processed. So cumulatively, we expect, after all of the reconciliation has been done, we expect well over $700 million to have been collected for 2024.
So, you listen to Dr. Jala.
yeah. So what he was talking about is the domestic revenue component of the national budget. When you say domestic revenue, it means the money that we collect in the
We
country
collect in the country
through the
without donors.
RFA.
Yeah, without
Because
donors
the donor
contribution.
got a component, they got certain component of the national budget that the donors can actually contribute to. But the one he was mentioning, my computer battery is running low. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my battery was running low. Yeah.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
so the one he was mentioning was the domestic revenue component of the national budget. So, in setting the 2024 budget, they projected 690 million for domestic revenue, and the LRA has
Yeah,
exceeded
see that.
that money. There is a problem with that statement. When the author report was given by the LRA at the end of the year, around December 27, they mentioned 663 million
Yeah, I think.
in the author for the domestic revenue. So this press release we just put on the screen, it was just done about 3-4 days ago. Technically, after December 31st, any money that was collected from LRA cannot be reflected in the 2024 budget. It can never be reflected. You try, it is a fraud on the PFM law. All the money for 2024 should end at December 31st, 2024.
Mm-hmm.
So he want to tell us when they're having that release, when they're releasing a report on the 27th of December, that they were putting the 663 million there.
Yeah,
They've only just
sixty
December.
million 248,000.
Yeah, can you raise over? So what's the difference? So he's talking about 700 million. So yeah, calculate 702 million that they raised in I don't know 4 day time. 663. Okay, 702 minus 1 again 663. 702 minus
Let them do
663.
that. Why you talk?
30, almost 30 some more. If I'm correct.
702. 702, right? 702.
Minus
702 minus
663.
663,
Mhm.
39.
So it will be in 30. Let's zoom around some 30.
39.
Is
39.
it possible for the government to have raised that money within just 2-3
In
days
2, 3
like
days.
that?
So if you're telling us that you can raise 39 million in 2 to 3 days time, then that means the public should look more up to you as to how much will be generated in the following year, because you're telling us that you can generate more.
No, but the release came out on the 27th of
Mhm.
December, almost at the end of the year. So there were only the 28, 29, 30, 31st left. Why they didn't wait for that time to come before the year release? They release. I assume they did it on purpose. But it was only 663 million. Any money that LRA raised after December 31st, it is now for 2024 budget.
It should be reflected in the 2025.
It should be reflected in 20. And when they put it on a 2024 budget, it's a fraud under the PFM law. The 2024 budget, every money collected for LRA for domestic revenue should end around December 31st. The book closes at December 31st. When any money is in transit, GSE audit is there to capture. You will verify to GSE that oh, this money was in transit. You should be able to justify that. So now they're waiting for almost the time you get a release of almost the 15th of January, 13, 14, 15 January, and you say money still in transit. So we know how many days money will take in the one transit, but there are a whole lot of confusion around that thing. They're confusing people. So that's why up to now the autumn report the national budget should be up for everybody, all the well-meaning Liberia to be evaluating. Because Martin gave me his opinion, I gave him opinion, CEO giving opinion. Most of these things are based on assumption because the real document that we're supposed to look on to be able to have determining conclusion, they are withholding the document and they are confusing us with numbers. They are dropping numbers in the public, confusing us.
So that here CEO. CEO, Marco has said a lot.
You
He's taking.
know, Michael spoke on those things, and I don't think I will go back there because I'm not qualified to go after him. So I will go to the one where are comfortable,
Uh-huh.
so the people
Yeah,
can laugh at
you the veteran.
me. Look, I sent you the IMF. I want to speak on the issues that Michael raised, and that was one of the major issues we discussed today. Michael raised in our little as that analysis
Mm-hmm.
that 18.8 million was allotted for contingency revenue. Now, that contingency revenue, IMF does not like it.
Mm-hmm. So
Why the IMF does not like it? Let me read what IMF says
yeah, I just
when
saw
it
it.
comes to budgeting revenue.
Mm.
IMF set a benchmark, a structural benchmark, and I will read the one I sent it to you.
Yeah, I saving it
These
already.
are reform measures that often cannot be qualified but are critical for achieving program goals and used as markers to assess program implementations. For example, strengthening tax administration. Well, so the government of Liberia can argue and say, oh no, we got a very strong tax administration. But let's go to the next one. Improve fiscal transparency. This is a problem. How is it a problem? The government says it has put into the budget $18.8 million in contingency. What is contingency? What is contingency budgeting? Now let me read it to you. Contingency budgeting, contingency revenue refers to income that a company expects to receive in the future, but
Mm-hmm.
that is dependent upon conditions or even being met. This type of revenue is not guaranteed and is recognized only when the specific conditions are met. Now, let's come back to government budget. You put $18.8 million in your budget on contingency revenue. Margot, you know, Bo, you know, Bo. You put $18.8 million in the budget on contingency revenue. And why are you telling the Liberian people? Our budget is 881. I think 881 or 880, whatever it is.
800, 880 now.
880 million. Out of that 80 million, 29 million was added by the majority black. And within the 80 million, there is a budgeting line that says 18.8 million will be contingency revenue. In other words, the government is telling the Liberian people we get some money that will be coming, but we don't know when it's coming, how it's coming. But when it comes, then we use it. How is that transparent? So IMF is continuously warning countries, you must make your budget transparent. Don't
Mm-hmm.
tell your people that some kind of money is supposed to come.
So why if
And
the
that's
money
one
doesn't
thing.
come? Why if it doesn't come?
What if it doesn't come? And even if it comes, who's gonna ask you? How people gonna know that you got it? Not really enforceable. How you said 18 million will come? Okay, in the future, in the budget, we don't know when it coming, how it coming, which program it coming. You just put contingency revenue, but you not put any budget line to it because the budget line should be clearly specified. You say computer sale, $10. Flag sale, $20. Or printer sale. These are the budget lines that you put there for the
To,
resources.
to tell the people how you would
You tell
generate
the
this
people
money.
where you are going to get money from. You
Mm.
say NPA bringing in 25 million or 250,000. Maybe Maritime bringing 5 million. Those budget lines, those sources, those internal sources are the one that inform you as to how you're going to achieve your budget. But then you tell the Liberian people, I will get another $18 million, but I don't know when it coming. Maybe you'll come, maybe you'll not come.
When you
Who are you?
can't
Who are you?
agree.
So the IMF is saying, no, make your budget transparent so that when the people see the budget, they know what is coming from where, when it is coming, how it is coming. Don't tell the people in the future, I will get this. You must improve anti-corruption and rule of law. Now let's go to anti-corruption. How is this not corrupt attitude? How is it not going to encourage corruption? If after the budget is approved with a contingency budget of 18 million, and let's assume the people get that money, can I force to tell you?
No.
Can I take that money and divide with the president? As if Mr. President, that thing Kimmo, get 10 million that the other 8 million I will share with the other poor. This is why the reason why the we administration crossed the threshold for IMF, they remove contingency revenue in their budgeting. But now they have added it back because that's what Gafana used to doing on Ellen. Nobody was questioning Ellen those days. And that's how the poor used to chop their chop. Because Ellen they put contingency, we don't know when it's coming. That money that coming in the future, but we don't know how it's going to come, where it's going to come, how it's going to come, why it looks like. That's what IMF said. These things are not guaranteed. You cannot put it in your budget. And very soon, if they continue to do that, the IMF might begin to question their budget lines. Now, how does that affect us? If the
But
IMF no
the
longer
reason
trusts the budget, it also affects us because there are certain financing, certain projects that IMF spend their money on, that they borrow the money to the government because we don't have any money yet on our own. We always have to credit money from IMF then, take a loan and stop. And it's there. If you read the IMF, you go to IMF website. That thing I give you coming from IMF website. In fact, let me put it in chat room so you can read it when you're relaxing on your bed and the person is sitting down by you. Hmm?
Ah.
yeah, but see you.
Yeah.
Do you know that all the time these people were in power, each time the consolidated account was audited, at
Of course.
most they got adverse opinion. At most, it was always disclaimer. It was always disclaimer
Yeah.
of opinion. Amen. When is a disclaimer of opinion auditing, it mean that they people can even find any kind of document to even work with. The auditors they come, they can find no document that makes sense to work with. That's a disclaimer of opinion. You know, disclaimer of opinion means
What kind
in
of money you
auditing.
get some people?
Most of the times, most of the times, the consolidated account was audited on those people. It was always disclaimer. And most they got adverse opinion. It was just this last regime I was able to get a qualified opinion. A qualified opinion is not the best. The best
No,
opinion is
it's not the best. It's not the best.
unqualified.
I mean, you're trying.
At, yes, sir. The last government able to get an unqualified, they were able to get a qualified opinion, and the best opinion is an unqualified opinion. So these people with all the kind of financial malpractices we are seeing obviously when they go audit our consolidated account, we go back to disclaimer.
Oh.
Yeah, I believe so.
Go back to
I believe
because
so.
there
For
will be
me,
no.
Michael, the problem we are having is our people don't understand it in they are complex. The way you understand it, look at the piece you put together, you and your guys. The piece you put together, if I read it, I understand exactly what you're talking about. And because I saw what you did, and because we discussed it today, that's why I went back to take this IMF, benchmark. The IMF does not like budget lines that are not transparent. And you were right in our analysis that it is against IMF rules. It's true. But our government continue to do these things because these are avenue to chop. When you don't know where the money coming from, how you going to ask the people? They put it in the future will get some kind of money, but we don't know where it coming. When our future can you will go eyes in. You will eyes in. You myself, actually will get some money, we will get $20. I say,
Then,
actually, my man, I'm 18 I get the other one will come, but I don't know when it coming.
so anytime you can, like only you know, like it coming.
Anything I can, and I ask me, I say, my man, it can you?
Until that can you stay on the wheel.
My man, give me how to man now. You say you embarrassing question, embarrassing
Who
statement.
who will I ask? I have no one to ask because I don't know how the money going to
Are we
come.
going to go to Gafon to ask Gafon the contingency thing and drop? Or we going to ask Joseph Baga who approved it and say, Papa, you approved the budget the other day.
The thing
Gafon
that
not doing
drop.
the contingency thing.
With all the
No,
money, they send to NSA, the honesty
Oh,
certified, they still won't get contingency
NSA,
there.
NSA, yeah, oh my man, that one I you to talk because NSA budget higher than line ministry budget.
Just
They no
imagine.
report. They don't audit
What kind
NSA.
of intelligence, what kind of thing NSA can do now?
Or
Like beside
NSA, they just touch up poor that the intelligent there. Anyways, we let's give Archie the chance to interact with his callers.
so let's hear from the public first. Today on by no first, no second segment, but we just made one segment. So you listen to all of the points, all of the points. You can make your view on any of them you find suitable for you. We'll talk about a lot this morning. The King Jaw issue. We'll talk about the NEC boss suspension and this budget stuff. So if you want to talk on any of them, you are welcome to say. Those of you following live, the WhatsApp number is +231 888 and
and
our
this is
numbers.
Blaze, and
Wow,
this is
wow.
Blaze
This is
online.
the line
Blaze,
has started already for the
He
WhatsApp
said
line.
forget again. They come in
they
chest
don't
early
forget to
again.
call the radio station.
Good morning, Fred. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I've been following the conversation. It's going to be a very interesting conversation.
Okay.
Basically, I just want to. I hope you give me a few times. I want to make contribution to a few points here.
Go ahead.
The first thing I want to speak to is the issue of, I don't know whether it was the Blaze journalist that interviewed Jeremy Young
Yeah.
the Channel War.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so if it was Jeremy Young, it means that there's an issue here. And the issue here is that Jeremy Pia is speaking about the issue of privacy and then speaking directly against the journalists. At the Channel More, Jeremy Pia failed to understand that he is a public official. Now, the Channel More is also a public place.
A public place, sure.
Under the law, we say there is no reasonable expectation of a public official to have a right of privacy in a public space. It means that at the Channel More, there are also CCTV. So if the Channel More has a CCTV, the CCTV video footage is going to be recorded and transmitted by opposite to the manufacturer of that CCTV images. Now, so Jeremy privacy should be more concerned about the transmission of his images overseas rather than the right of the journalist seeking access to information for the right of public to be informed. That's the first thing I wanted to speak about.
Okay.
The second issue I wanted to speak about, which Gibson raised, was the issue about the Ministry of Justice civilian report.
Mm-hmm.
I read the release, and I think I got a problem with the release. You know, we got a problem in Liberia where people would produce a report, the report is published on the website. If you visit the Ministry of Justice website, the latest report that is on the Ministry of Justice website is a report for 2015, and that's the MOJ annual report.
They are not updating the website. That's the problem.
Yes, and that's a problem. So people cannot have access to recent information in terms of what is happening. Secondly, the issue with the executive mansion suspension of Councillor David Brown as the chairman of the National Elections Commission. There's a contradiction in the release that was being released by the executive. If you read the second paragraph of that release, it says that the suspension of the leg chair follows an investigation. Now, that investigation report has not been published. There is no way we can find the investigative report on the executive management website. It is not on the Ministry of Justice website. It is not on any agency website. There is no report. It is not even having a hyperlink. Now, but then if you go down further in the third paragraph, it also says that at the time the investigation was being commissioned, the Edward Balasana took an action that was unilateral. So how can you take a unilateral action after the investigative report had already been concluded?
So those are problems.
I didn't even catch that part.
It's
It's just coming to me.
And the decision taken by Councillor Edward Balasana is administrative in nature. So
that which is part of a function.
agencies should deal with that. That's why we have the Ministry of Labor. They have an administrative agency. If the Ministry of Labor cannot deal with that, if it's border unemployment issue, we have the Office of the Ombudsman that has been established. They can also establish that. And if the investigation find out that she was in an error, then the president can act. But we have had this report. None of those will be happening, and the president have taken action to suspend indefinitely the chair of the National Legislative Commission. This is arbitrary and it's wrong and it's one of the rule of law. And like I said, I told you before, I don't think the Liberian people are angry, because if they are angry enough, they will actually act on their rights. This is wrong, and we have to act on it. The last thing I want to speak on is the issue of this guy who was arrested for the burning of the Capitol building. He was arrested and taken into police custody. Now, when he arrived at the police custody, the National Security Agency took him to an unknown destination. And why at those destinations? The fact is that a writ of habeas corpus was issued to ensure that his life body is returned to the court. When he returned to the court, Judge released him to go and seek medical advice. So it means that he was under the jurisdiction of the court. Criminal Code B should not have issued another writ while he was seeking medical attention to return back to the jurisdiction of the city court. This is a violation, and we've all got to see this thing aloud and speak about it and ensure that our government actually act on the basis of the rule of law. I think the government will proceed very wrongly, and this is wrong. And this is just my contribution I want to make on the show this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We hope to have you on the show one of these days, maybe the Monday edition.
Those are brilliant points.
So, folks, 077790797.
Some brilliant points.
077790797. It is 7111107, and the female line 778075616. You listen to all of the points, all of the talking points, so you can now call. We don't have time. 6:30 we come to the end of today's edition of the program. So he raised a point that I don't think we ourselves could capture in that suspension. Yeah, in that suspension release, and it's cardinal. It's cardinal.
You know what the man said? He put it very right. He said the contradiction. He named the contradiction. He pointed out the contradiction. The contradiction is they said the action against her was taken because she failed to do certain things. But then at the same time, they are saying that the investigation was going on when she dismissed people. So when did they write a report? Did they write a report before she dismissed the people? Or they wrote a report after she dismissed the people? I mean, I'm going to look into that one more time. Maybe it will come out another time. But if you can call
yes, so it's really good to come up with a conclusion of what she did. It meant that there was an investigation already.
Right. So if you just follow us, this is Blaze Radio 90.7, and the program is Wake Up Call.
When you come to your say again, you scared of that.
You call us on 077790797, 077790797, 887-111-107, and the female line 0778-075616. Make your point on the end of the discussion that we had. The King George issued for the Ministry of Justice release, the executive marshal release on the suspension of the NEC boss. We also discussed about this financial matter of our country, because these are cardinal issues that worth discussion. We are not discussing because we want to criticize people. Good morning. Jesus, please lower your radio. I see you called yourself up, because we are not discussing these things because we want to bring government to public disrepute or because we want to criticize government. No, we are saying this because we feel that you, Liberian, need to hear this. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. What is your name and where you call from?
This is Oliver Day Johnson, and I call you from my Bannerville residence.
Bannerville, go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to ask your studio. I don't know whether it's a panelist or it's your studio guest.
Yeah, they are up on this. Go ahead.
Okay, I just want to find out whether this of this suspension I just went on NSC that you people are discussing.
Mhm.
I want to know whether it's a tenure position.
Yeah, the NEC is a 10-year position. Elected for,
But
you are appointed for 7 years.
I want to know whether our tenure was over.
But 10 is expected to be
She
over
got
next year.
one more year.
But then, but is this right for a president to suspend somebody who has a tenure position?
So that because it
Due
is wrong,
process.
that's what we're discussing now.
Okay, so I mean the president is in the wrong, and I mean it's almost like breaking somebody laws that like so we're talking about. So I mean I don't know where Labrador is heading. We have a president who talk about rule of law. When you look at the agenda that he talk about, I think the rule of law is also part of that agenda. But to see people who are standing position to be suspended from their position without ending their tenure, and then with that era, all several standing positions are being even suspending people. So
Central
if that
Bank,
is the case, then look at the issue out
LTA,
of
National,
telecom, I
Yeah,
think telecom, something like that,
the LTA.
yeah, the
the LTA.
lottery,
So
the, the,
and
the
look
National
at
Telecommunication Registry,
the kind of
the
corruptions that are
Governance
going on to that
Commission.
place. And I think the president, if he really willing to fight corruption, then you have to take steps in that area too as well.
Okay.
It should not be one sided.
All right.
Okay.
Thank
Thank you very much for the topic on the discussion.
Thank you so much. 777-907-907. We lost this caller. 777-907-907. 887-111-107 and 0778-0756-164. The female. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. What is your name and where you come from?
Yes, I'm Brother Samuel calling from Antico resident.
Go ahead.
Yes, I listened to the previous caller on the suspension of the NEC bus.
Go
So,
ahead.
yes, I want to know what is necessary without discussing with the board that govern that guard that place and dismissing employees, what is necessary, because I guess these are some of the reasons the president suspended her.
So that's part of her
So,
administrative function. The rules and the laws establish her administrative function. So she is the boss. She had administrative duty to perform, and that falls under that. So I think it's prudent.
And if it was,
oh yes, we
if
put
it
it
is,
this.
if
She
it is
had
not,
a right to dismiss, but then you have to discuss it with the board before you go in a huge amount of dismissal. She
Okay.
dismissed
so let's
the
zoom.
okay.
He's getting me.
Thank you. Triple
Let's
seven
zoom.
nine zero seven nine zero seven. 777-907-907. 887-111-107. This I don't know this loose that line want to give us hard time here. Uh call back. Call back. 778-07-5616 is the female line, and the WhatsApp line plus 231 888 Call to make your points, and uh some of you following the live want to say welcome. Thank you for following. This is Blaze Radio and online television. We can be found on Facebook, YouTube as well. And our arms are open. This program is open up to sponsorship. You can do business with us and other things. So while we are with callers, if you want to say something, just good morning. Jesus. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Pascal.
Thank you. Let me say good morning to your panelists, especially CEO. So, Liberia is in trouble. When we say this, then we are enemy. For me, it is this the farm that put us in this problem. You know, God is working, and He will work mysteriously. God is alive, and He will work to show to the world that this government, the way they came to power, was dubious. You listen to one of the callers who said, before the woman who is the head of the National Elections Commission dismisses anybody, he's supposed to meet the board. That's what he said. And you told him that that woman has the right administratively to take decisions. All that we say, if she took a decision, that decision should be in conformity with the law. Again, the law also said you can take a turn position, but be dismissed for a cause. As the president ever told us in this country why Madam Basana was being suspended? In fact, Mr. Barker is on the record for they respecting all the laws of the state of Nigeria. We know that. It started even when he took over every position in this country. At the Ministry of State, people were taken from their job. At civil servant, they were taken from their job. Imagine at the Central Bank of Liberia, that is the monitoring arm of our country's financial resources. Samoa, who is from Lopa, is acting in that position for almost a year running now at the Central Bank. How many people in this country know that Samoa is acting as a governor of an institution that's supposed to be monitoring our money in the country? Not only that, go to LTA, one of the agencies that would generate huge money. That's why they are paid hugely. Patrick Hunter, Ben Fofana, and the rest of the guys, they are acting, Duke, they are acting. They have acted almost 1 year running now. Guess what? The Senate will not confront the people because the president acted outside of the law. If those people can be acting in those strategic positions, it wouldn't level a person to say where the country is going. Look, look, as I conclude, the only thing that Mr. Brother is waiting for is for us to wake up. There's nothing done about it. They will walk to the studio over there and grab you. They will walk to our office here and grab us. They will ask you to call your CEO to come and member and Canada. Look, the government is tyrannic, and that's what we're seeing. Journalists have been targeted. Like I said to Mr. Brother, we are getting ready for you.
Thank you, Pascal. Thank you so much. 777-907-907 0887 778 0756 16 for the female line. Good morning.
Good.
Oh, good morning. I don't know. Oh, why are you being home on us? Let me give you a little time. Good morning. Morning. What is your name?
Yeah, that's what it is on 540.
Go ahead.
Oh, but Lord, nothing will come from this country here. Once Boga is in charge, nothing will come from this country. Everything that Boga will put his hand on, nothing will come from inside because he is breaking the law. When you break the law, nothing can come from you. Okay. This is what will happen in this country. Thank you.
Thank you. 777-907-907. You pray for the country instead of saying nothing will come. You pray for the country. Let's get this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning. How are you? What is your name?
I'm doing good. My name is Kinton Joey. I'm calling from Monrovia.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I follow up one of your callers who was doing an analysis of the letter of suspension. Everybody got way of analyzing the Queen's language, especially in context of such documents. I have not seen it, so I really don't want to dive into it much. But the point I want to make here is the President of the Republic of Liberia has the right to suspend and dismiss except an elected position. Any appointed position, any employed position, it is the right of the president if he finds out that the individual in question is now working in conformity of the law or they have missteps and he believes that he has the propensity to derail the process or to derail the working of that institution, the president has the right to suspend or dismiss. So, in my opinion, I don't think the president has gone wrong if in suspending. Hello?
Yeah.
There have been a lot of issues as NEC. We have all of corruptions, we have all of missteps. Yeah, so I'm very much sure that the president has not gone wrong with respect to this meeting or suspending the Director Brown. Azana.
Thank you.
That's
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Early morning.
I'm good. What is your name and where you call from?
I'm David Bag calling from a resident Mount Bagley.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I don't have much to say this morning. The only thing I got to say, all those that were appointed by president, they are all Liberians. The same thing by the past president. People of this country should ask themselves what type of Christian we are. Is it a Christian from the Bible? Because when you read the Bible, when it's discussing Christian, it's talking about Christ's life. But Liberian, we don't behave like Christian, but we call ourselves Christians. These are our problems. That is one of our major problems. Are we Christian by mouth or Christians from the Bible? Are we the kind of Christ life? Are we setting that example? Because there are people with John's secret society, when they appoint them to position, they start to suppress others. Even if you are appointed by president as a head to an institution, before even you proceed, you have to have a meeting with the board before you proceed. But because of those secret society people join in this country, they don't even reference God. They don't even fear God. So they just wake up and just behave. And look at what the people doing to us for LC now. You get money in your meter, but you're sleeping in darkness. He's putting you out of your house by 12. You can't usher because people refuse to reference God. Let people change in this country. Let Liberians repent. Let people repent and live the Christian. Let people stop behaving like pagan. In fact, pagans say got good behavior more than Liberians. That's why people are suffering because God made it clear to you and I in the book of Isaiah. When you read Isaiah 118 from down, he said, bring your reason, let us reason together. Then from there, he said, if you obey me, you will eat the good of the land. You will eat the fruit of the land. The reason we are not eating the good of this land, we are not eating the fruit because we are not obeying God. If those that believe that they're making it, they are ministers, they are rabbis, they are not even making it.
Okay.
They are not making it.
Thank you.
Because we are not obeying God. So let people obey God, let people fear God so that they will move forward.
Thank you.
So we have to move forward, we must obey.
07779070907. He brought a biblical perspective to the disco. So you will need to obey God. 0777907907887 107 077807561 the female line, and the WhatsApp line is +231 888 This is Wake Up Call on Blaze Radio. Call, we don't have the luxury of time. We have a few minutes left. You can call us and make your point. We don't want when we are concluding and you're calling us, please. So call and make your point. You listen to all of the analysis. And these things, like I said earlier, we bring them always because we feel that it's necessary, like you get them. They are all necessary. Good morning. Morning, Bayoga.
Hi, morning.
Happy birthday. Let me say happy birthday first.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the name of wedding. I get 3 years old. Yeah. Hey, my body. I just be one in my yesterday.
No, I'll be going to name out today anyway.
Okay, no problem. I go be with you. I don't go be. I get for yes because today my birthday. I want to see you. My personal representative. Everybody in that floor. Yeah. Let him follow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Happy birthday again. He's one of our regular caller. His Bayoga today is birthday. Want to say happy birthday to you. He regularly called on the show. Good morning.
Yes, morning Achi.
Good morning. What is your name?
Yeah, this is Winston N. Biander from Google.
Okay, Winston, go ahead.
Yes, Achi, shortly, I just want to
Oh,
commend you for the show this morning. And then I want to inform the public that President Joseph Yuma Bwaka will in no way suspend any other person. You know, the Constitution, it just slid away from me. The portion of the Constitution I have to do with turning position clearly stated that we should suspend or remove somebody from his or her position for a cause.
yeah. So that's
So
a cause we
despite
that's
the
a
track
cause we
record
yet
of
to know.
President Bwaka being a principal matter somebody, there was mistake in the NEC for which David Esther Brown Lafsana have been suspended. Let's try. Let investigate and balance the story.
Yeah.
So thank you. Now to go further.
Okay. Thank you. 0777907. So we talk about cost, and we also follow the election law, and election law also talk about uh the function of the commissioner, right, or administrative function. So if you are to suspend, it should be by for a cause, like you said, and that cause should be validated. So administrative function, I don't think administrative function should be the reason for which somebody is a suspended one. It is their responsibility to perform that duty.
No, but
I don't
the
know what
suspension.
but again, we are still investigating. We are yet to know what is the actual cost, or what is the actual thing she did for which the president, because what they stated here in the suspension letter uh clearly validate some of the functions for which people should be suspended for. So let me hear from the CEO and Michael as they try to conclude before maybe we'll set final calls and just end up the show. That we don't have much time here this morning. Before we jump, yesterday we went deeply into the other time. So welcome back.
Yeah, I think we got like 8 minutes to get out of here. I'm gonna give 7 of those 8 minutes to Michael,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna run because I'm in my office. Is after midnight on my
Okay.
side.
Okay.
It's 22 minutes after midnight. The
Uh,
whole building is vacated. Nobody here. Only I alone in the office.
so
It's very small.
before you just leave, just in case we will present tomorrow's edition, I think you will be the lead. So we'll have to talk to the announcer in studio.
It would be a lady.
Yeah, you will take over because by then
Oh
I'll
yeah,
be
yeah, 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 yeah. I can take it from
off
there.
Friday.
Send me the team song.
Mhm.
Uh, so I'll be able to play it from my side, or I can tell the announcer in studio to play the team song. But
Yeah,
sometimes when you're playing it
I
and you're
was
talking, you know exactly what you're doing. So,
I will send it
and
to
I
you.
don't have the lead up videos, the audios.
No, they
So
are
before
all
you
on the screen.
go,
So when you controlling the screen, yeah, you'll see some of the videos there. When you control the studio from your
okay,
side. Mhm.
okay, okay, good, 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 good. You sure you put in okay, that's good. So, but look, let me just say here, Michael, look, I really appreciate you coming on. I hope we have more than one Michael to be here, and I just come and make myself irrelevant on this show to have more people with better ideas to come here. And Michael, if you find anybody who has interest to come here daily, regularly, we'll be happy to discuss this thing. You got somebody who also support JMB, you can
Mhm.
also come.
Oh
In
yes, the
fact,
floor is open.
what I want to suggest, you should look for some lead up audios too
Mhm.
that are positive to government. So all our lead up audio will not be like
It's
everything just
again.
criticized the government, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, the one where JMB
Uh,
says something nicely,
no,
look
but
for it
sometimes I
too.
can play. I always play his speech from
Yeah.
the Onga. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. You know,
yeah, I
the
sometimes
thing
play.
is, Archie, media works best if everybody get to enjoy it at the same time. You know, media works best if everybody enjoy it either at the same time or at different times. You know, if I look at the media and I see myself, I see my portion, I don't turn it away because I know my time will come. Even if the play the other person is saying, "You go ahead, enjoy your own, my own coming," you know. So yeah, that's what make media, you know. But if you make it one-sided, then you got one group of people just listening to you, then it becomes difficult. But for now, you are doing beautifully well, and this late night show now have become their show. People in the bro don't sleep. What wrong with them? Where they can be going? They don't sleep. Yeah,
No, but
and even on the side we say they say I can't sleep too. After 12 minutes, I stay on. Yeah. But tomorrow, I just want to let you know that if you guys go to Ganta, listen, that program is very important. So you guys are going to, you know, if possible, be well attired and make sure that if you see the government officials on the side and you're able to interview them, give it to them. If it's possible for you to break the news, just call and break the news. I will tell Anthony tomorrow to be on the standby until Sunday. So we want breaking news anytime, any new thing. We just want to make sure. Let Gabriel Johnson his coverage. The man not coming back again to cause anybody. So let that get here, flower. Why he gone? He not coming back again. So let bless him. Let pray for him. Let God, give him good place to rest. So I want to say thank you very much. And Michael, I'm going to run. I want you and my man to take over. You can take the rest of the 7 minutes or 6 minutes, and then you guys can. Thank you very much. I'll be listening while I'm driving home.
Okay, you're
Ye-
welcome.
Yeah, thank you, CEO. We appreciate the time to be here as well. I mean, I heard one of the callers saying the president was right, according to him.
Let
He
me
said
let
he
me
didn't read.
let me get this caller. Let me get this caller. Good morning. Morning, Rosetta.
Good morning to my friends here so
Mhm.
I've called because I listen to call are trying to say you people not discuss the reason something like that. I think a lot of still rare for him, anchor on the law that govern us, the NC boss as a person. He had it that institute. And when the city person is in sometimes you look, you read for yourself. But I saw you say, I saw other person, now I'm talking you. Because you ask for other person that will read it, they don't want you to learn from you people. You will not make no research, but you can't attack him. Only because you believe in yourself, you want back action. And there are a lot of laws, since he took over the country, we are abused. That to get a country as capital building. He is the cause of that country as building. Because you know that the heart of rule that govern capital building for the land to remove after 60 days before we control election. What did he do? He abused all that law. So where the truth be done, let's always put the truth. Let's look at country for a politics or a party.
Okay.
But you always put a party before the country. If anything happens to Saga today, you will be victim. You look at your family will be all the country. You see the go over every LAPE. You have any saving in your account today to leave the country? No. People are scribing the microphone or taking us to the people yell like you're crying. How is that wrong? How you expect for people to leave the country in case of anything to start up?
Okay.
And while the CEO said that just is that because you want white media to win the senatorial election in Nima County, that's why you remove the other brother. So nothing else
Yeah,
but that
yeah,
that
wait, let
is
the
what
election time
you
reach.
gotta tell money.
Okay, thank you so much. Folks, we are not accepting calls now. Let Marco just conclude for his end. And Marcos, go
Yeah,
ahead.
so like she even pointed out, the guy said he didn't read the release, but he's kind of passing judgment on it. And the president has the right to suspend. No, the president does not have the right to suspend anybody, everybody in government, especially when it comes to turning positions. That's why when he appoints anybody to when a president appoints anybody to a turning position, it passes through processes. The law protects turning positions. So when somebody is there and something happens relative to that office, anything that will be done by the president has to be done through a due process. That's what we are saying. We are not saying the president is entirely wrong to have suspended her, but we are saying she should have been given due process because that's what the law demands. Due process because it is a position that was created by constitutional provision. That's the argument we are putting for. Yes, the president can appoint, he can suspend, but this position, there are certain positions in the Liberian government that has to, when the president wants to do something, it has to be in conformity with due process. This is one of the positions that the president cannot just dismiss anybody from there. He cannot just suspend anybody from there. It has to be done through due process. That's what we need for people to understand. Another point we made was the issue of the national budget. We are saying there are a lot of conflicting numbers with the national budget. We emphasize the issue of the wage component of the national budget, for example. The beginning of 2024, the wage component was 299 million. The whole budget, the wage component of the budget, the salary payment component of 299 million. The people say during the course of the year, they reduce people on a payroll. So it meant they say what's the number of people on the payroll, they took them from 65,000 to 60,000. So the wage component they pay, they are giving the people now the pay increase. It can be reducing worker and the pay be increasing, especially when there was no policy. I'm trying to put it in a common Liberian English where everybody will understand. Especially when there was no policy that actually I projected any increment in salary. So it doesn't make any sense whatsoever to say, oh, salary, the return of the salary, end of the day, the return of the salary will project that, oh, we get the money that was projected from the beginning of the year, we spend more money than the money that was projected. You can say the return will be 310 million when you projected 299 million and you reduce people on the payroll. It doesn't make sense. The other point we made was that the LRA boss said he has the the uh the the revenue, the domestic revenue
Yeah,
component,
revenue component
yeah,
of
it
it.
was around 690 million. He said that he exceeded that domestic revenue component. And the publication from the LRA on the author December 27, 2024, it stated that LRA raised 663 million. So they did not meet they did not meet the threshold. 2 days ago, the LRA boss issued a statement saying that they exceeded the threshold.
Threshold.
So if you are exceeding the threshold, you can only exceed the threshold in 2024. You can exceed it in 2025. If you are exceeding it in 2025, you got to tell us how you exceeded it because the money for 2024 budget ends at December 31st, 2024. Anything beyond December 31st, 2024, it falls under the 2025 national budget. And when you take any money from there under the 2025 budget, you put it under the 2024 revenue, it is considered to be a fraud. But now the whole thing that's happening, I still keep me in the Liberian English. The whole thing that's happening that we're even complaining on is that, but now the so-called illegal approved budget should have been on the ministry
Yeah,
website.
yeah, on the
To
website
see
back
it.
now. Maybe that let
But the
morning they were.
budget is not on the ministry website. They only put the president signing page on the ministry website. When we see the budget on the website, all the things that they're saying, John Brown saying something else, the finance minister saying something else, the LRA boss saying something else, the CSA boss saying something else, we'll be able to have an informed conclusion on this whole budget thing. So the government confusing us, the government projecting a lot of things that are not consistent, they're breaking all kind of things. The CEO emphasized the issue of contingency in the budget. I meant that we can work with on these things. They do not support the issue of contingency in the budget. That money they put in there, it is meant to support corrupt activities. And when you start doing those kind of things, the international community that's supposed to help you, they won't help you. The last something we talked about was the issue of the King George thing, the protest. The Justice Ministry, after almost 11 months, they just came out to tell us story. They didn't present any report to us. They said report will still come. But they came, the Justice Minister praised the outgoing head of the committee, the outgoing head of the committee praised the Justice Minister, and I released that what they brought to us. The thing we're talking about, 3 people got killed in that incident. And why were the people killed? Because they were protesting that their rights were being violated. B Mountain was not meeting and the demands, they were not playing the part of their own part that they committed themselves that they were going to do for the communities. The workers were not being treated fairly. The people were not getting what they should have gotten from the company. And they came up and they were protesting to actually flag their grievances. Instead of the government going to protect the interest of the people, the government sat there with B mounting and the police opened fire on the ordinary people. And 3 people were killed. Some of them were even shot from their back. Protesters come, they protesting, you throw tear gas, some of them running, you shoot behind them. 3 persons died. The Justice Ministry, when those 3 people died, they didn't investigate. 11 months later, they didn't say anything because the president came and speak. But then to mention that they did something. The why they came out with that press release yesterday that oh they investigating the King George. 3 human being Liberians died. Whole lot of Liberians got wounded. 11 months later, as the CEO was saying, what to move to go for me to go Cape Mount? How long does it take? All the people that are available there, the people that got wounded, they are there for you to ask them question. The B Mountain people, their bosses are there for you to ask them question. What took us over 11 months in the Justice Ministry just coming up? Is that any kind of major thing to say it requires any kind of technical forensic investigation or any kind of thing? It says a lot about the government and how the government sees the common people. We
Oh,
are flagging these things because everybody will not have the ability to come up here to express what they want to say. We ourselves, we are citizens like yourself. Some of us, we are saying this thing because we want to say we are the mouthpiece of the people. Some of us are even out of the country. The CEOs is in the States. Myself, I'm in Europe. I'm not even in Liberia. But because Liberia is the country we can call home, that's why we are making it our duty to speak truth to power, to bring out the ills of the government. And while we are doing it, the mass media plays a major role in every society. You see, America won. America started dominating the world after World War II because of because of leveraging the mass media. Why is the mass media? The mass media has to do with this one we are doing. It has to do with the television, the Facebook that you are looking at. All the major images you see. That's why America started. You see the Hollywood show that America used to bring. They started projecting themselves as being hero in all the movies. They started projecting themselves as being this. That's how America started to use and they dominated the world through the mass media. The mass media is the mouthpiece of every society. The media. That's how we are leveraging this one. When we say it, when the government hear it, when it is a sound decision-making government, they will say, yes, these people are raising these things. We need to look into it and make some corrections. You came to rescue the people. You did not come to rescue your pocket. You did not come to rescue yourself. So
okay.
you out there, we are here. We need to collaborate. Sometimes you have information, say call, call Bro Achi, tell him. I mean, it is necessary because that's how we fight corruption for our society. But it was a pleasure being here this morning. We all got to work together. From you, the ordinary people, we that sitting out behind the microphone sometimes to talk to you. It is not we ain't doing it here because of party something. I mean, Liberia is Liberia. The other people call the country Liberia, but we call it home because it is the only place we can never be deported. When anything goes wrong in our country, now we don't want to be calling this place. They'll be
Sure.
calling us foreigners.
Thank you so
It was a
much.
pleasure being on here this morning. We thank Brother Achi for hosting us, and many thanks to the CEO as well. And you, the followers, you, the audience, you, our extraordinary people who are out there who, the real Liberians who need to be rescued, the
I
real
think
serious.
I will have to create one chat room for wake up call so that you CEO was saying any other person that will come will be there.
Yeah, yeah,
So I
okay,
will be
sir.
disseminating information in there for the talking point always. So thank you
Okay,
so much.
okay, brother. Thanks for having me. Bye bye.
So folks, you listen to Michael, listen to the CEO, the Ben actually the great help. This is a work that one person cannot do. Like the CEO said, whether you are from CDC, you are from Unity Party, you are from ANC, you are from PUP, any other party, in as much that you have interest in being on the show at about this time. You don't have to be here. All the people that are speaking, they're not here. We just send you the link and you'll be on the show. We discuss Liberia issue. So have a wonderful time. That conclude this way. Tomorrow the CEO will take over the show and I will be joining live from Nimba, where we will be to bring you information following the coverage of the Prince Johnson's funeral. So who will be in Nema today? So tomorrow morning, Friday, the CEO will be the presenter of the show. So thank you so much. This is Wake Up Call.